Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
And here we go on a Tuesday, attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, and of course our fearless leader and producer, Mark the Shark. Bob, we made our way here to a Schleg Day. Happy Tuesday to you, buddy. What's going on?
Oh, it's a great day, Beam. Excited to be in here. Excited to be alive. It's game week still. We get to talk to our man Schlegs. We got an action-packed show for you.
Yeah.
As always on this wonderful Tuesday. Tuesdays are the best. Second only to Mondays, Shark. I know how much you love those Mondays.
Especially during the football season. There's just so much.
Well, next week you won't get your wings till Wednesday because Roosters is closed on Monday.
Closed for Labor Day?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, believe me. I get in a fight with Nicole about it every year. Then 4th of July, she goes, "Do you work?" I go, "I do." So I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
She's like, "Well, our team members work really hard. They get to be with their families." I go, "I get it. I understand, but I haven't had a Labor Day off in years." So, Buckeyes.
We got an email the other day, said, "Everybody please respond if you're planning on working Labor Day." I just didn't respond, and I said, well, it's the first Monday after a Buckeye football game, so I think we're going to be here. I think we're going to be doing a nice little Buckeye recap.
6 days from now, ready to talk about it for you, sir.
Of course we were. Of course we're going to be there. How was your Monday, man? All right?
Yeah, it was good. Good little Monday. They cancel some practices around here for heat that the softness of America will never cease to amaze me, especially the folks in the state of Ohio. Mostly athletic directors, principals around here that are just totally paranoid as if heat's going to kill someone when it's significantly warmer in the South. And they don't cancel practice. So let's just have the kids get extra water and make sure they get through everything. Because I'm done with this.
Have you read your emails today?
Listen, I'm done with that. I told him to take me off the emails. Ask Beam. I wrote the email yesterday, too.
I was here
I
for
am
that.
so sick of fear-mongering among weather.
I'm not talking about that. We had our Buckeye kickoff cookout canceled this week because of the heat.
Because people are soft.
Here at the radio station.
It's soft with 2 Fs. S-O-F-F. It's not even a T. Soft. Soft. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm going to be fired up all day. I completely almost forgot about it. And we're driving, and my buddy, I'm coaching first and second grade flag football. The guy who I'm coaching with, he's got a bunch of other kids. Our kids are all the same ages. It's our youngest ones. And he's like, "Hey, everything." My wife was saying people are canceling stuff for the heat. I'm like, "It's 5:30. What are we talking about?" He's like, I go, "By the way, they're playing the 5th, 6th grade tackle game at Northern Park right now. They have pads on. It's going to be 2 hours long.
Helmets on.
I was yesterday on the turf at 2. I'm like, I don't want to hear about this nonsense. This crap.
Billy and I had a great Monday. We played outside for like an hour and a half.
How'd you bury him today? You didn't kill him?
I didn't.
They die together?
I didn't check the monitor.
Exactly.
He was crying last night at like 2 a.m. So
okay, if he made it back to the AC, I think he's all right.
Yeah. Theo was outside with us. Yeah, well, he was doing that. Then he got some water inside. Then he just flopped on the couch like a couch hippo for the remainder of the day.
Whatever. It's too much. But yeah, we had that. We did our show up at Roosters. Did my show with Schlegs. Big day. Got a quick nap in. I think I've got everything situated so I can get this trailer registered and get my driver's license renewed. It expired on my birthday, so I've got to get that taken care of. I went into the BMV yesterday, and it was not a great experience.
Oh, you know what? Table that, because here in about 30 minutes' time, we'll talk to Schlegs about it. Because we did check in with him last night.
His plan.
So
I'm going to have to ask him, what's your plan, Schlegs?
Americana.
Exactly.
It's great stuff. So
smells like a circus in there.
We got an awesome show lined up for you here this morning. We'll get into that coming up here. We'll talk to Schlegs at 6:35 a little bit later on. One college football coach is a great villain / internet troll. We'll get into that coming up here in our next segment. 7 o'clock hour, Archie Griffin. He's getting his statue this weekend at the Horseshoe Bob. Ohio State football put out a terrific video of him. So we're going to take a listen to Archie coming up here in the 7 o'clock hour. Dave Biddle of Bucknuts and On the Money. He's going to join the program coming up here at 7:35. We'll talk some Buckeyes with him. 8:05, 2 hours from right now, Schlegs will reappear here on the program, and at 8:35, Uncle Beau, he will round us out as he does every single Tuesday.
Finishes off.
Yeah, before we get into anything else. It is Tuesday, the 27th day of August, 2024. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Bob, what do you got lined up for us today, buddy?
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I've been distracted by emails with everything. So, all right, here we go. It is Tuesday. Here we go, Jim. Tuesday, August 27th. The 240th day of the year, 126 days remaining in this 2024. This date, 1859, petroleum is discovered in Titusville, Pennsylvania. First commercially successful oil well in the United States.
What year did you say that was?
1859.
All right, nice.
Before that, you know what they used to power the engines?
Steam and or coal.
They did have injection. I don't know if they were injection, but they were outside of coal. They were powered by ethanol.
Okay.
They used to have ethanol-powered engines. They said it would be too expensive for corn, and then they realized oil was cheaper than corn. That's kind of flipped on its head a little bit at times, but yeah, that going. Big news in some baseball. Sharks is a sad one for you guys. 1938 New York Yankee pitcher no hits the Tribe 13-0, while Joe Tomasio hits 3 triples. Kind of a rough day up there for you guys.
3 triples in one game.
Yeah.
Bob, who was the pitcher? Oh, that's all right.
No, I think I've got it in here. I may have just omitted that. Monte Pearson.
Oh, good old Monty Pearson.
Absolutely. Long may he reign. Is he still with us, Shark?
I'm going to say no.
Probably not. 1 year later, 1939, first flight of the turbojet, the Heinkel He, it was a German, as you could have mentioned, beam, as they were preparing all that stuff to go into and start World War II. 1955, the first edition of the Guinness Book of World Records is published.
Love that book.
Oh, it's great. Published in Great Britain, I might add, given the fact that Guinness beam is across the pond over there, part of the Isles. And then on this date, 2003, Mars makes its closest pass to Earth. 34 billion point 5 or 646,418 miles from Earth.
All right.
Its next closest to Earth, the next closest approach to Earth, 60,000 years.
It'll be a while.
Yeah, so 34 billion miles away, Beam. As close as you're going to get for quite some time. You were alive during that, and so was I. Some birthdays today. Hannibal Hamlin, the 15th Vice President of the United States. He was Vice President under Lincoln.
Double H.
Yeah, Double A, the original Hannibal. Lyndon B. Johnson, born on this date, 1908. Shark, what number president was he?
Lyndon B. was number 30. Hang on just a second, Bob. Got to think about this. 36.
Right after Kennedy, I was going to say. And what did he announce?
He announced, I will not run for re-election.
With America's future under challenge right here at home, with our hopes and the world's hopes for peace and the balance every day, I do not believe that I should devote an hour or a day of my time to any personal partisan causes or to any duties other than the awesome duties of this office, the presidency of your country. Accordingly, I shall not seek and I will not accept the nomination of my party for another term as your president. Good night, and God bless all of you.
Is that how Joe Biden's speech went, Shark?
A little slower.
Okay. Wait, Lyndon's or Joe's?
Joe's.
Okay. Just making sure, because Lyndon was from Texas, and that sounded pretty slow to me. Barbara Bach, the star of The Spy Who Loved Me, not The Spy Who Shagged Me, and wife, they've been married for like 50 years, her and Ringo Starr, turning 78 today.
I was in Baumgarten.
Baumgarten? When was this?
About 3 weeks ago. Why?
Do you recognize him?
No, who is he?
A man I loved. He was in Baumgarten 3 weeks ago. Did you kill him?
It was either him or me. The answer to the question is yes. I did kill him.
Then, when this mission is over, I will kill you.
Wow, there you go. Sounds pretty aggressive there, Shark, if you ask me.
Where's that rank for you in the Bond movie, Shark?
Oh, outside the top 10. Yeah.
Okay.
Barbara Bach, very beautiful lady back in the day.
Absolutely 78. Still married to Ringo. That's fantastic.
Good for those
two
kids.
Exactly. Sergeant Slaughter, the WWE wrestling star, turning 76 today. Cesar Millan, the dog whisperer, turning 55.
That's what he does. He does that with like his pointer fingers and his thumb. He goes,
Just bites it off.
yeah, you got to be very, very brash with the dog.
Shark didn't know who Cesar Millan was.
No? You know who he was? Dog whisperer.
Yeah.
I watched his videos when trying to train Theo.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you're just as good. Should bring him in. See if we can get rid of that panting for you.
Who, Theo? He would just lay down here.
There you go. Jim Thome, White Sox great, 612 home runs, turning 54 today.
The 2-0. A long drive to right and tell it goodbye. And when you don't have quite enough hop on the ball to throw it past hitters and you fall behind 2-0, this is what happens.
Well, I'll guarantee you this. That last one was a fastball. And Jim Thome, as soon as he hit it, knew it was gone to the second deck and right. His second home run in postseason play, and the Indians have the lead now at 3-2. No doubt about that one.
Is that Bob Costas on the call?
Costas?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And I must be in the front row. Bob Uecker.
All right, nice.
There we
You
go.
know who caught that ball?
You did.
I did.
Out there in, was it right field?
Yeah.
You were in the
that was the one that
auxiliary
you caught?
auxiliary
Yeah.
press box, rainy, nasty weather day.
Yep.
How much did you sell it for?
I gave it to Jim after the game.
What did he give you?
He gave me a signed bat and a signed ball.
How much did you sell those for?
I didn't. I've got them in my little man cave. The ball says Shark. Nice catch.
Nice.
Jim Thome, October 15th.
Did you actually catch it?
And then
Yeah.
you should have said,
They came up and tried to get the ball from me.
and then you said, no way, Jose.
I said it was, gosh, what was her name? Giuliani. She used to be the media
Rudy?
relations. And she said, Mark, Jim wants the ball. This is like seventh inning. And I said, you know, I've been a Tribe fan my whole life. I'm not giving this ball up. And she said, come on, Jim wants it. And I said, okay, I need a signed bat and a signed ball. And she said, okay.
Did you get to meet him at least?
Give me the ball. And I said, no, I'll give it to him, you know, when I go to the locker room
I've
after
been
the
down
game.
this road
Here you go.
before.
Here's your
And
ball.
yeah, so I took it in the locker room and I said, Jim, this is the home run you hit. And he gave me a big hug and he gave me the bat and the ball.
There
The
you
hug was
go.
worth more than
Okay,
the
see
bat
that?
and the ball.
That worked perfectly
Yeah.
then. That's terrific. Good for you, Shark. Long may you know what you should have said? I'll trade the bat and the ball for a World Series. That would have been the trade, Shark. Unfortunately, you took the bat and the ball. Darren McFadden, 10-year NFL vet, Raiders, Cowboys, running back, turning 35. Some holidays observances. It's Banana Lovers Day, Just Because Day, Kiss Me Day, Lyndon Baines Johnson Day. Did you know his middle name was Baines Beam?
Yeah, I did. LBJ.
Well,
Baines
you knew the
Johnson.
B. Maybe you thought it was Beau. Not really Baines. He was born in the darkness, he said.
Yep.
Slow Art Day, Tarzan Day, and Touch a Heart Tuesday, which is always the last Tuesday in August, and World Rock, Paper, Scissors Day. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, August 27th, the final Tuesday of the month, the 240th day of the year, and 126 days remaining this 2024.
Good job on that, Bob. As always, Lane Kiffin. He's a great college football villain. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now, no crashes to tell you about across your major interstates. We are watching things pick up a little bit on the southeast side on 33 in Canal Winchester, also on I-71 near Polaris. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors, voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
We buy any car. Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because selling it yourself can be, well, you know.
Okay, I'll give you half now. And? No, and just half.
What?
Avoid the hassle. Come to We Buy Any Car instead. Get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price.
Yeah, I can't do half.
I could probably bump it up to like 50%.
Just go.
Okay.
Get your free online valuation now at
WeBuyAnyCar.com. I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. As a business owner in these uncertain economic times, you struggle to guard your life's work against unexpected challenges. But can it withstand the sudden disruption of a divorce? In divorce, financials are scrutinized and the company itself could be in jeopardy. When your hard-earned work is at risk, count on our experience and advocacy in handling these matters at Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Find savings to celebrate this Labor Day with one stop at Meijer. Pick up fresh from Meijer 80% lean ground beef family pack for $2.99 per pound, limit 5. And fresh from Meijer family pack boneless, skinless chicken breast for $2.49 per pound. Get a large whole seedless watermelon for $3.99. Meijer chips 3 for $5. And buy 5, save $5 on some additional Labor Day must-haves. Get everything you need to celebrate the holiday and save. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
Hey folks, Bobby Carpenter here. If you're ready to tackle any adventure, check out these unbeatable offers from Germain Toyota. Get behind the wheel of a rugged Toyota Tundra with 0% financing for 60 months. Yeah, that's right, 0%. Or if you're looking for something a bit more compact but just as awesome, lease the all-new 2024 Toyota Tacoma for just $329 a month for 36 months. These deals are rolling out so fast, so don't wait. Visit Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road or online at germaintoyota.net.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand, listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
The Ohio Chapter International Society of Arboriculture's mission is committed to advancing responsible tree care practices. They remind herbicide and pesticide users to always read and follow the product label. The label is the law, so take the time to know how it should be used and how to use it safely. To find out more, there are over 1,000 qualified arborists in Ohio. Visit www.treesforohio.org to find an arborist near you. That's www.treesforohio.org.
Healthcare.gov is here for you when life happens. If you lost your health coverage because of turning 26, going off Medicaid, leaving your job, or moving, you could be eligible to enroll in new coverage now. And if you need to update your coverage because of marriage or having a baby, you could also be eligible. But don't wait. There's a limited time to enroll. Check your eligibility at healthcare.gov today. Life happens. Get covered. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, very hot and humid, 98 with a heat index close to 105. Heading into tonight, we're looking at dry weather with a low of 74. 97 on Wednesday with a heat index of 102. We will be looking at a few rounds of showers and thunderstorms Wednesday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
If you make a wisecrack about Dayton pizza, Beamer will murder you dead.
Humor. I have it too.
This is Morning Juice.
Hey, you can join us right here at the Fan live on campus this Saturday. First game week of the year as the Buckeyes, of course, open up the season against Akron. We're tailgating at the Ozone on Lane beginning at 11:30. Admission is free. Stage announcement with Timmy Hall and Boom Heron. We also got music from the fabulous Johnson Brothers. The Fan at the Ozone Lane is sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers, Hollywood Casino, Michelob Ultra, Jack Daniels, Pepsi, TNT Equipment, and Tito's Handmade Vodka. Get out there on campus. Hang out with us. Again, Ozone on Lane beginning at 11:30 a.m. That's 4 hours before kickoff. Should be an awesome time over there at the Horseshoe. Did you see this from yesterday, Bob? Big brain visor guy, Lane Kiffin. See what he did?
Some comments with him and Nick?
No, didn't have that. He just took to social media, and I'll give respect to Lane Kiffin because he is a terrific internet troll. There's an article by...
Respect him for the content?
Yeah, I do. I respect him for his engagement farming. He tweeted out an article, and we were going to talk about this anyways. This was from Jake Trotter, who you can hear weekly on Bishop and Friends right here on the Fan. An article from Jake Trotter. Ohio State went all in this offseason, motivated by Michigan. And Lane Twiffin, yes, that's what we call his Twitter name. Lane Kiffin tweeted out how Ohio State built a $20 million national championship or bust roster via at ESPN app. I just find it interesting that they had the most players, like the number one ranked class in the transfer portal in the country. I'm like, well, all right, Lane, that's the game you want to play. And he's been all over social media for anybody that does anything, I feel like, in the portal.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the irony of this is, they've done more in the portal. Like Ohio State, most of that was on player retention, keeping guys here.
There were a lot of guys who they had to keep here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most of it was on the player retention. They brought in a handful of guys. Now, most notably, two big-time players in Will Howard and Caleb Downs. You have Seth McLaughlin there.
And one of his guys.
Julian Sayin?
Quinshon Judkins.
Oh, and Judkins. Yes, I apologize.
He might be a little...
I forgot about him.
a little upset about that.
I forgot about Quinshon Judkins. Those were the three big guys.
Yeah.
And you bring Seth McLaughlin as well. You have Will Kazmarek coming from Ohio University. And then you bring in Julian Sayin. And Julian was not a mission essential for this season, but you had the opportunity to go get a guy who was really good, who wanted to come here, and so you take it. I get it.
Ole Miss this year had literally the number one transfer portal team ranking, followed then by Oregon, Alabama, Texas A&M, Texas, Florida, Florida State, Colorado, and then the Buckeyes pop in at number 9 right there. This article is actually really good by Jake. I would suggest you go and read it. I'll do a little bit of it right here. But so 2 days after the Michigan Wolverines paraded through Ann Arbor with a national championship trophy in January, Ross Bjork met Ohio State coach Ryan Day for the first time. Bjork was in Columbus finalizing a deal to become Ohio State's next AD. There and then, Day revealed a plan to ultimately produce one of the most profiled off seasons in college football history. Since taking over Ohio State's football head coach 5 years ago, he's got a record of 53-8. Among active FBS coaches, only Kirby Smart owns a better winning percentage during that span. But for the Buckeyes, it hasn't been nearly enough. Dace has yet to win a national championship. Far worse, has suffered 3 straight defeats to that team up north, something that hadn't happened this millennia. Stinging further, rival Michigan rolled to its first national title in 26 years. Only a week after the maize and blue confetti shower the celebrating Wolverines inside Houston's Energy Stadium, Day showed Bjork exactly how he planned to rebound. Ross Bjork said this. He said, I was really struck by his intensity, his thoroughness at the time. No one's been happy with the last couple of seasons and how they've ended. There's a reset that had to take place. Coach Day was at the forefront activating all that. He thought he had a methodical, intense, intentional plan. To hear it directly from Ryan, I thought it was really exciting and really encouraging. One NFL scout called this the most talented team he's ever evaluated at Ohio State, with more depth than the 2021 national champion Georgia Bulldogs that set a draft record with 15 players selected in 2022. Pound for pound, player for player, the scout said, they have as many good players as any college football team that I can remember. Again, 80% of this, maybe more than that, if we actually did the math, is guys who have already been here and who have been on this roster and on this team.
There you go. They were all here. Like I said, I've gone through this at length. I mean, Ohio State brought in 6 transfers this year. That's less than, 8% of the roster?
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a lot of people that bring in 13, 14. You're talking about Florida State, Mike Norvell, Portal King. How'd that end up? Lane Kiffin bringing in all kinds of guys in the portal. Alabama had to bring in guys in the portal because they lost a lot. Ohio State lost some guys, brought in a lot of guys from high school recruiting, and people act like this portal thing, like it's bad. It's part of the rules now.
Yeah.
So, and I would never recommend trying to build a team wholly through a portal unless you're a new coach coming in on your first year. And that makes a little more sense because you just need to bring in the spots.
Florida State brought in 17.
Well, I heard
Ole Miss brought in 25.
Like, and they changed. I heard Coop was on Roundtable last night with Lachey and Keels and Skip. And they had Ryan Day come on. And, they were talking about the roster limits, and Ryan's like, it's still 85 scholarships. He goes, but they did waive the number of guys you can bring in a single class. And that's largely due to the new coaches who, when you come in, a lot of guys had left in the portal. You may have 30 scholarship openings or 35. You got to fill those. And so that's why.
Yeah.
So that's, but unless you're a first-year head coach, I would not recommend that. I would not say that that's a prudent thing to do. And that's not what Ohio State did.
No, Bob, they brought in 6 guys. Seven guys. Like, that's it. Most of the guys were already here, and then it goes back to high school recruiting as well. And the guy who's going to make an immediate impact is Jeremiah Smith, and he's going to be a freshman. We've talked about this before. The 3 separate buckets of NIL funds that you have to have, and I don't know what the dollar amount was. $20 million, Ross Bjork said, overall for this football roster this season. I don't even have an imagination to come up with a number that was for the guys in the active roster. A lot of the percentage. Most of the percentage had to be retaining your guys.
Current
to keep
guys, yeah. That's okay. I mean, that's what it's all about, Beam. So you bring in your active guy, you keep your active guys, you fill in some holes. It just so happened that one of the big holes was a quarterback. And so that's obviously a big-time position.
Yeah.
You have one of the best players on defense coming in. And Quinshon Judkins basically went to the portal and was like, hey, is this
where am I going?
I would like to go to Ohio State.
Yeah.
Davidson talked like, is this a guy? Yeah, this is a guy. Travion, is it cool? Yeah, let's bring him in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's more of a testament to how the program works to me than anything else. So, craziness. But we're in the middle of fall. Winter is going to be here. I know we don't want to think about it, especially while it's crazy hot right now. But this can help that too. Because last year, the heating bills were high. It was cool in your house. In the summer, it's probably hot in your house right now, and your electric bills are through the roof. My friends at Pella can help fix that for you. The window that you voted the leading and most trusted window brand in Central Ohio, they're giving you a reason to think about it now. They've got a great offer good through the end of the month. They have 0% financing for 60 months or 50% off qualifying installations. Like I said, that's good through the end of August. So go check them out. The local Pella team is amazing at PellaColumbus.com.
Schlegel joins us on a Buckeye game week coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Tuesday. Right now, no crashes on the map, but we're watching things pick up on 161 in New Albany, also on 33 out in Canal Winchester. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Green & Sons. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Green & Sons will help you find your next Kubota tractor. Located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville. And online at greenandsons.com.
With Tire Discounter's new TD Chat BS, we can detect deception over the phone. Let's call a typical tire store.
Yellow, cheapo tire where we bolt them on for less.
Yes, I need tires and lubricant for my vehicle.
Great, come on in. We'll slap on some new tires.
And what about the lubricant exchange?
Oh, yeah. We send you over to Ollie's Oil for that. They're right down the road.
Deception. Destination is 5.2 miles away.
Well, I'll be.
Also, 6 out of 10 cars need alignment.
Well, just travel on over to Alignments or Us.
Calculating. Time for 2 additional trips.
You mean you want to do tires, oil change, and alignment all in one fell swoop?
Oh, I observe that Tire Discounters, the home of free alignment, is close by.
Ugh, Tire Discounters.
And they are experts at oil changes, brakes, shocks, and...
I'm losing you.
Hello? I'm sorry. Your system has crashed.
Don't miss our Savor the Summer sale, now till Labor Day.
And what is it called?
A ceiling fan.
And where is it?
It's on the floor.
And why is that a problem?
Well, see, the person who named it probably should have called it a floor. No, that's not right. The guy on TV I saw put up a ceiling fan.
Are you a TV star, Paul?
No, I'm not.
Are you an electrician, Paul?
I am not.
You are?
I am a middle management accountant, and I shouldn't be putting up ceiling fans.
You should.
Call the pros who knows.
Apex Pros.
The pros who know electrical work, too.
Hi, it's Alex from Apex Pros. And if you'd like us for plumbing, cooling, and heating, you're going to love our pro electricians.
Apex Pros are on the way.
Much easier, isn't it?
I'm glad we sorted this out.
Me too.
Columbus loves the pros who knows. Schedule with one click at apexpros.com.
Friday nights mean high school football. Join us for the fans' high school game of the week.
This week, Canal Winchester at Hilliard-Davidson.
Live coverage starts Friday night at 6. Your home for Friday Night Lights. The Fan.
Your local Rite Aid might be closing, but don't worry. It's easy to transfer your prescriptions with GoodRx. First, check prices at GoodRx.com or on our app. Then show your coupon to the pharmacist. It's that simple. GoodRx can save you up to 80% on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, GoodRx is free, and it works whether you have insurance or not. Download the app or visit GoodRx.com today. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
We buy any car. Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because when you trade in, you're dealing with a dealer. And sure, they're interested in a good deal. For them, not for you. Come to WeBuyAnyCar.com instead. All we do is buy cars. You get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price. So don't take chances with a trade-in. Go to WeBuyAnyCar.com for a free online valuation.
Find out how much your car's worth at WeBuyAnyCar.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Bobby is known as the General. Beamer is known as Beamer. This is Morning Juice.
We've been talking about it a lot. That's FanDuel. It's America's #1 sportsbook, folks. Well, we got something a little bit different for you now through September 22nd. It's already gone pretty fast. All FanDuel customers, not just new FanDuel customers. You can bet $5, get a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. It's great, Bob. You and I both have it. Do a little quad box on Sunday afternoon. Then with a YouTube TV base plan, you're going to be able to watch every single regular season Sunday afternoon out-of-market game. All you need is a Google account and a current form of payment. And the best part is you can cancel any time, Bob. So
it's tremendous.
Make sure you get in on that.
Yeah, you get the quad box going, like you said. You get all the games you want on Sunday afternoons. It is pretty darn sweet. So it must be 21 older and present in Ohio. Full price of NFL Sunday Ticket will automatically be charged seasonally after free trial. No refunds, terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The best way to start a morning is with a heavy dose of iron. Gas station ready, always. It is Schleg Day.
Sponsored by Sugar Shannara Accident Attorneys. We go to war for you at warforyou.com. That's warforyou.com.
Heading out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Check with our great friend. He is Anthony Schlegel.
Yeah, you are.
Happy Buckeye game week, buddy. What's going on?
Let's freaking go. It's game week. What the Sam Dickens? Let me tell you something, guys. I'm ready. It's Akron. You know, that's where they have the Goodyear factory, the rubber factory, the rubber man coming down to the shoe. Here we go. What's up, man? How you guys doing? Hey, how about the crew?
How about that? It was pretty awesome on Sunday night, wasn't it? The 3-1 victory.
How awesome was it for you? Like, how did you celebrate that? Like, what did you do? Were you like the guy from Bobby Boucher takes off his shirt and rubs his nipple rings? Like, I could see you doing that. I want everybody right now in Columbus, Ohio, get that visual. And
I was doing that by myself in my living room afterwards. Just terrific.
That's amazing. I just got that visual, and I think it's awesome. Good for you, bro. Good for you. Way to attack and dominate.
Yeah, I love soccer Schlegs. I mean, that's the best Schlegs. I mean, you're locked in, ready to go.
Oh, hey, listen, man. I mean, who doesn't love soccer? My nephew, Will, he's at Robert Morris playing soccer. I mean, you got to love it. Yeah. You know what, though? Like, the only bad thing about soccer is you can't use your hands. Like, why not? Especially, like, forearm a person in the face, or, like, if the ball's going over your head, just slap it down to yourself to where you can dribble a little bit. Like, why not? Why not do that? Kind of like a mix of rugby and then traditional soccer, but with your hands. Now, you can't use your hands. Like, if you use your hand to stop a kick, like, you get to move the kick up closer. But if you use your face, what was that guy? Scott Sterling, right? If you Scott Sterling a ball to the beak, guess what? Automatic, like, a point for you guys, because you dropped your sack in attack. You know what I mean? That would make soccer more entertaining. Football, well, I would say football Americano, but that means American football in Spanish. So I guess it's just football everywhere else.
Yes.
Even in China, football.
Even
Konnichiwa, bro.
Is that
That's
Japanese? Korean. Even better.
They're right by each other.
Exactly. 100% Schlegs.
Some type of parallel.
Let me ask you this, Schlegs. You always talk about advice, gas station ready, Waffle House ready.
All the time.
Later today, I'm going to have to go. I got the boat. I got to get a trailer. And then also my license expired on my 41st birthday on August 1st. So I got to get that done.
Beautiful.
Before I actually have to retake stuff. So I can still go in now and get it done. What advice would you give me for trying to tackle the BMV? I mean, how would one set their mind up? What do you want to do? How do we want to go about it?
And this is for, like, but now I have to put myself in your mental capacity of how to set you up for success. One, I would go to the site and I would have every possible documentation known to man with me.
Yeah.
I've checked all the boxes. I made all the calls prior to. And then I would think, okay, when would be the easiest time? That's a hard question because people still work from home. Like it used to be, I'm going to go between morning and lunch because people were trying to get there at lunch because
people don't work anymore.
I don't even know what they do.
I think I went in there today. I did get this. What was the paper that I got? Oh, it's an affidavit for transfer of a boat title because if it's under a 10,000-pound boat, you don't, or a trailer, you don't have to. You don't have a title. You just get it registered, and then you have to have it certified that it's under this weight. I don't want to take it to a weigh station. I don't have the original manufacturer, but I have the registration from the gentleman that I got it from, so he can sign it over saying that it's this. I had to go, but I couldn't. This was the one document you could print off every document off the website. I had to go get this document, and then obviously the guy's like, "Well, do you want to do it here?" I'm like, "It needs to be notarized, buddy. Like, I can't be done here, and I need the other guy with me." And I'm going to be honest with you, it smelled like the circus when I walked in there. It was not enjoyable. Like, and I was only in there for about 5 to 10 minutes. I brought him. I was like, "I need BMV document number 5728," and he's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "The affidavit for the original weight form of a trailer."
Was there a niner in there?
Basically, and he's like, he had a little Post-it note with documents, the numbers that he had written, and he wrote mine down and then went back, crossed it off. But as I was standing there, I'm looking at the unwashed masses of people thinking, this is America. And
just Musk.
It was brutal. And by the way, I saw a guy, Ed Terwilliger, in there. He was getting his license renewed. And I'm like, coming back in here is like going into the lion's den. I feel like I feel a little bit like Maximus when he's chained up and Commodus is coming to talk to him before he stabs him with the poison knife. Like I feel like that's where I'm at right now.
I thought that you could do it. I guess I thought you could mail it in and just get a new one, but no. Oh, because you're transferring it.
I've still got to get notary. Like I've got terrible. So much stuff to do. I'm trying to put it all into one thing. Yes, it's too much to do independently. So I'm getting it all done and going to go.
I tell you this, I think that when you're in those moments, you just got to embrace America. You know what I mean? You got to just embrace the musk of what that smells like. Just like yesterday on the show, Bob, and I'm wearing Bourbon Whiskey 24. By the way, side note, ColumbusBarrelCo.com. Type in all caps Bourbon 50. And you can get that tri-blend t-shirt for 50% off. Poof, David Copperfield. But going to a place like that just makes you want to go back. And now, and I would say once you've embraced that musk and just really allowed it to seep into your pores, that's probably not the right time to go have a neat bourbon. That to me right there would be a bourbon on the rocks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you got to embrace it because that's like Americana. It's like the melting pot. You know what I'm saying? Which is exactly what America is. It's the melting pot. Anyways, I digress. So, hey, let me tell you guys something else that I'm really juiced about. One, it's game week. We got Akron. Two, way more important, over the weekend, Buckeyes. You guys talked about this yesterday on the show, on the Doomajink?
No.
Oh, man. Buckeyes, you had Trevion, you had Emeka, you had G, you had Cameron Babb. Am I missing somebody? You probably had some other guys, too. I know Carson was there. You had a bunch of dudes. But they did basically a worship service over there by Fisher College. And it was awesome. Like, I don't know, 750, 1,000 people were out there. And it is, honestly, it's just guys being dudes talking about how Jesus Christ has impacted their life. They got ran over by the grace train. And
ran over by the grace train. That's a great line.
100%. Well, that's what happens. Like, all of a sudden, you're this, and then poof, boom, grace train, new person, right? They had 40 people that got baptized. So here's the thing. People don't understand this. I see the comments and stuff, and it's amazing. Like, I won't even get into it. I'm going to get on to Bobby Carpenter's show today later when you and I do it at 12:30. But here's the thing. The number one responsibility we have as parents is to invest and pour into our children. That's number one. They're our greatest gift. And when you choose the profession of coach, regardless of the level, your job is to develop those young people that you have in your care. And one of the greatest things from that is being able to witness how they can leverage their own platform and be bold in whatever capacity that looks like. It varies. It varies. This one in particular has to deal with their faith. But even just witnessing Hunter going to a camp and doing very, very well multiple times, it's just like, it's not me. Trust me, I don't need it. This is his journey. But being able to watch it to where you can be like, man, hey, they could have easily cut him when he was 8 years old, but now he's 18. And the development year after year, it's the same thing. We've never arrived. That's the sanctification process. It's a journey, but being able to just watch it, take a step back, and appreciate it is something that is very special. And hey, this is a real talk. So I got that. Somebody sent it to me in a text message. An older guy was like, "Hey, did you see this?" And I'm at BMI Airport Monday morning. Okay, flying back from Columbus to Jacksonville, and I'm sitting there at Chick-fil-A in the line for Chick-fil-A coming off of Southwest. And I kid you not, like, just that right there just gave me awareness. It made me just smile, just like, man, Lord, you're freaking awesome. Just what these guys are doing, how you're working through them. And I'm sitting there in the line, and this woman is like just breaking down. And, we're in the airport. And I was like, are you okay? And I just put my arm around her, and she just lost her husband, Brian. And she's in the airport. And you don't need details. I don't need details. I just hugged her, and I prayed for her. But, like, I would say this. As you're going through the airport, and that I literally saw that when I got off the plane, it just made me aware. And I hit G up. I was like, you don't even know how many of those people that you're touching. And again, it's not about you. You're planting seeds, man. Somebody else is going to water it. God makes it grow. And I just appreciate you guys for doing that. Because I was like, it impacted me today, and you didn't even know that. And I just wanted to say I appreciate you. Now go knock the crap out of Akron, okay? Be fanatical and knock their face off.
Real quick, before we get you out of your Schlegs, you live in Jacksonville. Your kids play sports down there. Have you ever had sports canceled for excessive heat?
No.
Yeah, probably not.
You know what?
Well, hey, here's the good news. It was like 85 today in Columbus, or on Monday.
Well, I was there.
Yeah, 85. They canceled a bunch of the sports because it was, quote, too hot for the emergency weather.
It's called freaking hydrate, bend your knees. Yep. It's called acclimatization. Like, you guys have already had that.
Hey, listen,
it's the 50, 30, 20, 10 rule.
We had football. They're canceling like tennis and sports like that where we don't even wear pads. So believe me, we'll get into all this later, big dog. There's a whole chunk of meat to be had right there, big guy.
Hey.
Soft.
You guys are fantastic. I'm not. Hey, listen, man. I think that's absolutely terrible. I think that you got to go through some adversity. I think that you can make sure that they have hydrate and have water breaks. But like, what in the Sam Dickens are we talking about?
Soft.
You know? I don't know. Hey, you know what though? Here's the number one thing. Columbus, Ohio. It's freaking Tuesday. What? The 27th of August. The Buckeyes are playing Saturday. Football was back. We had a Mike linebacker with a neck roll the size of Texas out there knocking people's junk in the dirt. It was fantastic. And we got great dudes that we get to root for on Saturday. And you guys today, Columbus, Ohio, attack and dominate. Have a great day. Lift somebody up. Be the best version of yourself. You guys have a great day.
We didn't even need to wrap you up. You wrapped yourself up.
Like a present.
All right, we'll see you guys.
There he goes. Schlegels with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Got another year of chains and index cards to look forward to in the NFL. Do that and quick hitters coming up next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
We're watching heavy delays on 161 eastbound right now out in New Albany. Expect big delays going eastbound heading out to the Newark area because of a crash near Hamilton Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
CBUS Top Picks Best Credit Union, BMI Federal Credit Union has 47 financial coaches to help you meet your financial needs and goals. Visit bmifcu.org/coach to get started today.
It's the summer sell down at Performance. Get up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 24 Jeep Wranglers and Grand Cherokees during the Make This the Summer of Jeep event. Performance Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, Georgesville and Delaware.
Not valid on previous sales. Cannot combine offers. Must take delivery from dealer stock 8/20 to 8/31/24.
While the world whizzes by, enjoy a moment of me time with Tim Hortons $6 breakfast bundle. Savor a small hot or iced coffee, then add your choice of a mouth-watering hot breakfast sandwich and a crispy golden hash brown and your pick of a classic donut. All for $6, all just for you. Make your mornings all about me time with our $6 breakfast bundle. Available at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. Price and participation vary. Terms apply.
Our nation's veterans put everything on the line to defend our nation. They're heroes. And when they need help, Congressman Mike Carey fights for them because he cares about America's veterans.
My name is Thomas Rand, and I put my life on the line serving our nation in Vietnam. But when I needed help with an outstanding disability claim, the VA wasn't there for me. But Congressman Mike Carey had my back. Because of his hard work, my claim was approved, and I got the help I needed. I'm thankful for Congressman Carey. He cares about our veterans.
Mike Carey will always fight to help our nation's heroes. If you're a veteran who needs help navigating government services, programs, and grants, call Congressman Mike Carey's office at 614-927-6902 or visit carey.house.gov. Paid for with official funds from the Office of Mike Carey.
We're dealing at Reichert Ford.
$2,500 low price guarantee.
With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Thousands of vehicles are waiting at ReichertFord.com.
Right
We're dealing.
The season is finally here. The Buckeyes open up the 2024 campaign against Akron.
Buckeye Game Day is sponsored by Reichert Ford.
Live fan coverage starts Saturday at 10 with a kick at 3:30. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
Get an Eco.
Hey, Aaron. Hey, Jerry. You seem pretty happy this morning.
I invented a song.
You know songwriters have an actual word for inventing a song.
Everything we want people to know about Eco. Ready?
Can't wait.
Get Eco. G-E-T-E-C-O. Get Eco. They can really go. Get Eco. For your Cinco. Fix and a Blinko. You'll think, oh, hooray. Get Eco. G-E-T-E-C-O. Get Eco. You'll be cool like snow. Get Eco. Like an ice Ringo. Puerto Rico. Get Eco today. What do you think?
You know we don't serve Puerto Rico, right?
I do know that.
I mean, the drive alone from Ohio is like, geez.
Way too far.
But you ran out of rhymes for Eco?
You gotta admit, the rest is pretty catchy.
Oh, it's earworming already.
Get Eco.
E-C-O. As is that thing.
At the Home Depot, we know you can't control everything, like when your guests arrive too early for Saturday college football. But you can control your grill. With the Traeger Timberline XL, you can watch the game, not the grill. Monitor your football feast from anywhere using the Traeger app. With the Timberline XL, you can bake, smoke, sear, fry, and saute. That's Desmond Howard level versatility.
Huddle up, the food's done.
Defend your game time with Traeger and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
It's Wrangler season out there. T-shirt days, denim jacket nights. A pair of broken-in jeans you could live in. Open roads, endless horizons, no destinations. This is when adventure starts calling. And you need to be ready in jeans that are made for the unpredictable journey that we call life. Wrangler, for the ride of life. Shop our newest styles today at Wrangler.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Extreme heat on the way for the next couple of days. Heat advisories have been issued for Tuesday and Wednesday. The high today, 98. The high on Wednesday, 97. Lots of sunshine today, but on Wednesday we will reintroduce the risk of showers and thunderstorms. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Saturday is game day on The Fan.
Sponsored by Riker Ford.
Every game, every season, your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan. Counting down the days until Shark's retirement. You are listening to Morning Juice.
Here on the Juice are brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sharky, yes.
Happy Tuesday to you.
Happy Tuesday to you, boys. Let's do this in a quick fashion because it is Quick Hitters. Once upon a time, The Fan hosted a weekly call-in show with Ohio State football and basketball coaches. Jim Tressel did away with that many years ago. Now Clemson coach Dabo Swinney.
That was not Tress that did away with it.
Herbs.
I believe it was after
I thought it was the end of Tress.
No, it was the 2014 Virginia Tech loss, I believe.
Anyway, Clemson coach Dabo Swinney is doing the same thing. No more live calls on his weekly radio show. Instead, fans will now submit questions to Dabo via text and email. That's because last
Social
season...
media questions.
That's what we do. There was a caller who questioned why Swinney was earning $11.5 million a year. The Tigers were 4-4 at the time and had just lost to North Carolina State. Dabo proceeded to go on a tirade, blasting the caller for his lack of appreciation and referring to him as a smart-ass kid. So Bobby,
how's that, Tyler? Tyler from Spartansburg. He was the guy.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Shark, because we were talking about this yesterday, and I was trying to remember when this happened, and I was like rolling through it in my head on the show, the Dot the I's with Berman Ward, and I'm like, I was there. We were doing the noon show, Rothman and I. I was like, you didn't lose a game in 2012, so there's no reason to get upset there. 2013, the only game they lost was Michigan State, and they didn't do a show after that until they lost to Clemson, obviously, in the bowl game. It was that Michigan State game. I'm almost 100%. Not Michigan State, it was Virginia Tech or Michigan State the next year.
I want to say that I think it was Penn State in 16.
Was
remember,
it Penn State in 16?
Remember the rushed field goal? They didn't call a timeout.
Maybe
they got the field goal on. It got blocked. They returned it for a touchdown.
But it was one of those games.
Well, there's not many to choose from.
Yeah, and I go, they stopped doing it, and then we started going to the social media questions. But Skip was like, Urban said he's not taking calls anymore. Like, what does that mean? You make however many millions. Like, stand up there and answer. You can't just get your shoulders rubbed. You actually have to answer tough questions. Like, I give Ryan a ton of credit. He comes out and does a lot of stuff all the time. And so, Tyler from Spartansburg, good job. You put Dabo in a corner.
He got the best out of him, didn't he?
Did.
I just Dabo's sign off of that. That was that. Tyler, talk to me like I'm some kid.
The best part is that they won the next week against Notre Dame.
What did they finish? 8-4 or 8-5?
They were 4-4, and then they beat Notre Dame. I thought that was going to be the coup de grace for them.
During the preseason, the NFL experimented with a high-tech system for measuring first downs, but the league's not quite ready to implement the system for the regular season, although the kinks could be worked out by next year. One problem is the ball wasn't always visible to determine if it reached the line to gain. So, Bobby, for at least one more year, we are stuck with the chain gang and yard markers.
I mean, honestly, it's one of the most antiquated devices in all of sports, especially a $20 billion industry.
Yeah.
However, I do find it highly entertaining. It's fun. It's consistent at all levels.
It's fun and drama because when they walk out there with the change, you're like, oh boy, here we go.
I mean, getting out a note card or whatever piece of paper, like it is fun. Don't tell me we don't have the technology to figure it out. They should have been working on this for the last 5 years. They can do the ball spotting in Wimbledon. For some reason, couldn't do that in the Olympics. They went back to the old school. So I don't know.
Sense.
Who knows? I thought we were leaning into the technology as opposed to running from it.
I thought we were as well, but apparently not. Yeah, I got a love-hate relationship with the officials who walk out on the field to measure first downs, but what are you going to do about it? The NFL has been dragging their feet on it. I thought we were supposed to get microchips in the balls by now. Like, that's gone.
We're supposed to have robot football players.
I thought we were supposed to have that, and I thought rollerball was going to be the sport of the future, but we're still waiting on all that to happen. So, yeah, we're just going back to the chain gang and bring back Ed Hockley and his giant biceps. Well, he was the best.
His son is out there. He's got pretty good guns.
Sean? Is it Sean Hockley?
So.
I should never know names of officials. That's something we shouldn't know in American professional sports, but yet we do. How does a tiebreaker work in the new 18-team Big Ten? We will confuse ourselves with that coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now we are still watching a crash out in New Albany on 161 heading eastbound. Expect heavy delays trickling past into the 270 outer belt as you're going eastbound on 161 because of a crash near Hamilton Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Hey folks, Bobby Carpenter here. If you're ready to tackle any adventure, check out these unbeatable offers from Germain Toyota. Get behind the wheel of a rugged Toyota Tundra with 0% financing for 60 months. Yeah, that's right, 0%. Or if you're looking for something a bit more compact but just as awesome, lease the all-new 2024 Toyota Tacoma for just $329 a month for 36 months. These deals are rolling out so fast, so don't wait. Visit Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road or online at germaintoyota.net.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
The all-new season of Futurama is streaming on Hulu.
That's great, but I have to warn you, it's completely brilliant.
The interplanetary hit is back.
The very survival of Earth is at stake.
Is everybody okay? Is anybody hurt?
Nobody's okay. Everybody's hurt.
Watch the all-new season of Futurama.
That's the best damn show I ever saw.
New episodes Mondays, streaming only on Hulu.
Step into the batter's box for BetMGM's Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. Pick an area of the strike zone and take your best swing. If you get a single, double, triple, or home run, you'll receive a prize. Smash a home run to collect a bonus bet on us. BetMGM and Games. Gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-ON. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-91-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary depending on market. Expire 24 hours from issuance. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports.
Good morning, I'm Mark the Shark. The Guardians will be happy when the calendar changes to September. On August 2nd, Cleveland was 25 games over 500, 67-42. Since then, they've gone 8-15, 3-8 in the last 11 games. In yesterday's day-night doubleheader at Progressive Field, the Guardians were swept by the Royals 4-3 and 9-4. The Reds had the night off. They begin a 3-game series with Oakland tonight. In the NFL, Browns running back Nick Chubb has been placed on the physically unable to perform list, which means he'll miss at least the first 4 games. Meanwhile, the team is expecting rookie defensive tackle Mike Hall to be placed on the commissioner's exempt list. He was charged with domestic violence 2 weeks ago, and the league is investigating. The Sports Center is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. BMI, your best credit union 6 years in a row, has 47 financial coaches to help you on your financial journey. Visit bmifcu.org/coach for more info.
You're listening to Rob Manfred's least favorite radio show. This is Morning Juice.
Hour number 2 of the program for us on a Tuesday. Brandon B., Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up here, 7:35. Dave Biddle of Bucknuts. He's going to join the program. We'll talk Buckeyes in Akron with him. Coming up here in about 35 minutes' time, 1 hour away from right now. Schlegel, he will reappear on the show as he did at 6:30 this morning. He was all kinds of hyped up when we got a chance to talk to him. So he was. So we recorded him last night when we were finding a time that works for everybody. And I said, listen, I've got Willie tonight, so anything after like 7:45, I'm good. You know, Mayor had a like meet the parents last night, like an open house over at school, so it was in charge dinner time, bedtime, the whole thing. And so I'm like 7:45 or after, I'll be good. We usually put him down around 7:30. So he texts us in the middle of the day. He goes, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Good.
We both confirmed.
That's good with me. Bob, you confirmed that. You and I are sitting on a Zoom call at like 8:08. Like, where's Schleg's at? He was the one who decided 8 o'clock was going to be a good idea. Then you ended up having to call him.
After multiple texts.
Oh, bro, sorry, I forgot. You were the one who set the time.
Yeah. It's one of the great ironies of Schleg's.
So we get done talking to him, and Mayor, who was like in the same room eating dinner, I'm on the chair. I'm in the living room because our living room, dining room is the same room, basically. And she just looks at me. She goes, "What was he talking about?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't know, but he's lovable. Coming up at 8:05.
Hugging people in the airport.
That's right, I know. It's classic vintage Schlegel right there. So you'll get a chance to hear from him again coming up here at 8:05. Then Uncle Beau, he's going to round out the program with us as he does every single Tuesday, coming up here at 8:35.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Buckeyes open up the season against Akron. Get ready for kickoff with the Fan, 10 a.m. to noon at the Central Ohio Toyota Dealers Fan Tailgate Show. Matty Ice and DeVere Posey. Noon to 2, the Kurgis and Associates Fan Tailgate Show with the Roth Dog, Andy Katzenmoyer, and Timmy May. 2 to 3:30, network coverage live, of course, from the Horseshoe. Got Big Daddy Paul Keels, the voice of the Buckeyes, and Jim Lachey. You can listen on the radio, stream 971thefan.com, the Fan app, or watch it on YouTube. Now, it says watch it on YouTube. I'm guessing that will be the live shows because when the game kicks off, there's no way we have actual TV broadcast, right? So it will not be a live stream of the game, but you can listen on all those areas right here on your home for the Buckeyes on the Fan. Sharky, how are we feeling about the yesterday at this time? I think we were feeling all right about the Guardians.
3-game lead.
How are we feeling this morning after getting double-barreled yesterday?
Not good, Beam.
Okay.
Not good. Went through every pitcher in the bullpen yesterday and last night. 11 pitchers used in 2 games.
That stinks.
That's good. You want to make sure you're really keeping that bullpen warm and alive.
And remember, yesterday I was talking about only twice in the past 20 games have they gotten out to a lead. Have they scored first? They scored first in both games yesterday. 2-0 lead in the first game, 3-0 in the second game. They lost both of them, so forget that stat. It doesn't mean anything. And they had been, I think it was 35-7 this season when they held a lead in the second inning.
Wow.
Not the 7th inning, but in the second inning. And that stat got ruined again last
35-9 now on the season for them. Still got a chance to back. 6:40 tonight against the Royals. Reds at home against the Oakland Athletics. That one is a 6:40 start time as well. Did you see the big news in the music world from yesterday, Bob, and this morning?
What was that?
Oasis is back. They have reunited after a 15-year hiatus.
Really?
Yeah, Noel and Liam.
My boy's going to be pretty excited.
I need to text. I'm going to text Jardy and see if we can get
drunk.
If we can get an official statement from Adam on this. So they tweeted out, "This is it. It's happening. Tickets are on sale this 31st of August. They are playing Cardiff Principality Stadium. I think Cardiff is in Wales, if I'm correct. Manchester and England for 5 dates.
There's a Cardiff in Arlington.
Is there?
Street.
Cardiff Street?
Maybe that's where they're playing.
A lot of Welsh folk live on that.
Why not?
They're playing 3 shows in Wales. They're playing 4 shows, in Manchester. They are playing Wembley, the English National Stadium, for 4 shows. They are playing Edinburgh, which is in Scotland, for 2 days, and then they are playing in Dublin for 2 days. All of this is supposed to be happening next summer. So we get that to look forward to. I do need to text our guy, Adam Jardy, to see what his official statement on the matter is.
I heard he jarted himself when he heard it.
That's such a dumb joke. But it was good.
But you're laughing.
I know it got me.
But you're laughing.
It got me good.
Hopefully someone spit their coffee out in the car.
What do you think the ticket prices for that's going to be? I just can't even imagine what those are.
By the way, some other news, since we're in the music news, OAR, I wouldn't say a Columbus-based band, but just about all of them went to Ohio State. Jerry DePizzo, their saxophonist, is from Worthington. They will be playing on Thursday night in Columbus, and Jerry's going to be joining us at 8:05 on Wednesday.
All right, tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
25 hours away from right now.
Get everybody juiced up for the season. He's super pumped about it. Big Buckeye fan, and they're going to be back in town. So I'm going to try to get out there and go see him on Thursday night.
Mini vacation.
Yeah, it is. It'll be hot. Which is good news is you can drink a lot. You don't have to go to the bathroom much because you just sweat it all out.
It's true.
So
Facts.
That's key. That'll help. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I'm excited for that. OAR, one of my favorite bands. Maybe talk to AJ about some of his stories about seeing them down at LC. So tremendous.
Mm-hmm. He had a great time.
By the way, back to this Dabo Swinney bit. I mean, I don't that's a quick hitter story, but that's something. Here's the deal with life. Okay, as you ascend.
If you don't know, if you're just now joining us. So Dabo got yelled at by Tyler from Spartansburg last year. And then Dabo went on a huge 3-minute diatribe.
He turned into Colonel Jessup up there.
He was yelling at him you're not going to talk to me this way, yada, 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 whatever. They were spiraling out of control. Tyler from Spartansburg's well, you're making $11.5 million. This isn't up to the program standards. And it's great stuff. So anyways, Dabo is no longer taking phone calls on his radio show. Instead, they're doing social media questions. That is what you're referring to. Yeah.
And I understand, Urban, I think it might have been Penn State. You're right. I knew it was somewhere in that 14, 15, 16
I remember I was board opping for the network at the time. So, I would screen the calls, it would be, it was fun. And so then I would, a little inside baseball here, inside radio, peel the curtains back. So we have a phone screen, right? Our phone numbers are blocked right now. We can block the phones when we open them up, when we give away a prize or something like that. I mean, we will open up the phone lines, and it's usually a pretty big waterfall of phone calls.
Yeah.
You can see we have 10 lines, and then we have 11 and 12, which are technically warm lines that we have, the
bat lines.
The bat lines, correct. And so you'd open up the phone calls. I would screen the calls. Bobby from Upper Arlington is calling in and asking, why is Ohio State so soft? That would be, I would have to get your comment.
If I was smarter, I'd say, how can we run the ball better? And then
exactly. Everybody was pretty good about it. So then I would type in the comment of okay, here's the gist of what this call is about. And then Skip also would have that screen in front of him, and he would then say, we're going to Bobby from Upper Arlington about.
Occasionally you put in parentheses, don't take.
Yeah, I have done that a couple of times before. But you would do that. So that's the inside of the radio show. But once you're on there, I mean, it's live. So you can
say whatever you want.
You can say whatever you want to.
Well, he can drop you, but you could say, hey, I want to talk about this, and then you can go in on a diatribe, and it's up to them either cut you off or let you finish. And so Tyler finished, and Dabo obviously wasn't happy about it. But here's the thing, as you ascend as a coach, you get to do less of what you want. And if you're a CEO of a company, no different than if you're a principal of a school or a superintendent or a head football coach of a major college or owner of an NFL team or whatever it is. If you're in charge, the buck stops with you. Mm-hmm. And so people are going to have to ask you questions. You just can't go run and hide. You have to go out there and be at the forefront. That's what leadership is about. Hey, we got to get better. This is true. You know what Dabo should have said to Tyler? You know what, I make a lot of money, and we're not very good right now, and we're going to get better. 4-4 is not acceptable. You know what they did last year, and they finished really strong. But like hiding from callers, like these people don't know what yeah, you know what? But those are the people that pay your salary. They're the ones that go to the games. They're the ones that watch it on TV.
For sure.
Everything that you have is due to them. And so, yeah, there's people that invest a lot of time, energy, and effort into it. Now, is it as much as a coach or a player? No. But it still is. They spend their time and their dollars, their time and treasure, devoting it to cheering on a team. And so they feel an obligation for you to answer some questions. Now, it doesn't mean you have to answer all of them and be like completely open, but there is a certain level of access that needs to be granted.
It doesn't mean that you need to get on there and be a jerk.
And that, believe me, that's the other side of it. You don't need to go in there and have personal assaults on the head coach. But I didn't think Tyler's was all that bad. He was simply asking tough questions about like the portal and why they weren't doing things in NIL. Like it was things that were all based in fact. I remember I've heard the call a couple times, and Dabo was a little taken back from it. And instead of like
taken back is a nice way to put it.
And you know what? Instead of running from it, they should have said, hey, you know what, Tyler, we'd like to have you call in every week.
Every week. Status update.
Give us a stat. Where do you think we're at? I can agree with you. I can disagree with you, but you get a couple minutes. You get 2 minutes to air your grievances.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about it. And
Great idea. Boom. Problem solved.
And then all of a sudden, you looked like more of a hero. And then maybe people are like, yeah, Tyler's a jerk. You give him more access.
Uno reverse card.
Oh, yeah, 100%. The more people talk, the more you allow people to talk, the more they'll tell you what they're all about. You just got to give them enough time. And so I don't understand why. And it's no different. That's the other side of the coin is you've got Deion Sanders, who is shutting down reporters in Colorado because they're being critical of him. Yeah. Call him a false prophet and like the minister of BS and all this other stuff. But like, Deion, if you're going to peddle your program and who you are in such a way, you are opening yourself up to these attacks. Now, some of what the guy's saying is true.
Some of it also seems like an attack.
Some of it does. And I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, but this guy doesn't get a half hour to go up there and debate Deion Sanders at every press conference. He probably gets 2 or 3 questions.
Right.
And so, like, dude, just let him fire away. And if you want to ask these ridiculous questions, okay, go ahead. Like, that's part of being the head coach. Shutting people down and going North Korea on them or Russia is not the solution.
No, it's not.
Like, that, everybody wants to say, oh, it's threat of democracy. You know what it is? People are not asking hard questions and people's failure to want to answer them.
According to the Post, Colorado Athletic Department media relations staffer told the newspaper it took issue with Sean Keeler's his name is the writer out there. Bill Bender of the Sporting News talked about it yesterday with us. So if you want to take a listen to the podcast, you can, of course, do that.
By the way, we have Bill Bender on at 6:33 every Monday.
Yes, we do, Bob. That's what they call a diagonal reverse tease, I think, because that's going back in time. But he will be on with us 6 days from now, so there's a lot of stuff going on there. Deposition Deion, the Bruce Lee of BS, and a false prophet. I
love that.
And his use of phrases such as Planet Prime, the Deion Kool-Aid, and circus. The ban is indefinite, according to the Post.
But like, those things, it's not saying he's a bad person. They're not these character assaults.
We're playing football.
Exactly.
That's all we're doing. And we're playing football.
And Deion gets up there and espouses some things about like larger than the program and gets on his soapbox. So when you do that, you're going to open yourself up a little bit more than maybe the normal coach. But that's part of his sales pitch.
I like the difference, too. It's like you got that guy calling him the Bruce Lee of BS, and you also have another guy who's like, Deion, thank you for getting Aflac in my life.
Yes.
This guy talking about insurance and how it helped him through things.
So I'm saying, like, buddy, not everybody in there is there to destroy you. So I just don't have a lot of tolerance for this because it's like, unless you got to open yourself up, you've got to answer these questions. That's all part of it. And whether it's fans, whether it's reporters, you always have to remember that the reporters, the people that cover him on a beat, and he's in there every week. This isn't a guy that's talking trash on the radio. This is my biggest pet peeve, is if you're going to write things in print or you're going to say things on air, whether it be TV, radio, or any other medium, and you don't have these stones to go there and ask questions in a press conference or go to cover the open ability of practice when you can and just go take a look at it, then you are a coward, sir. So this guy's at least in there. He asks the questions to his face.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not running from it.
Well, they have a little one-on-one back and forth, literally from you to me. They're talking. Hey, let's do some good news. Archie Griffin.
But it's hot.
Don't do that.
Exactly.
Archie Griffin's getting a statue this weekend at the Horseshoe.
Might not. It might be too hot to unveil it,
You're right. We're going to hear from the two-time Heisman winner coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, still watching a crash out on 161 in New Albany. Heading eastbound, expect slow-moving traffic because of a crash near Hamilton Road going eastbound. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Let's get to the crisis at the southern border now.
U.S. officials now warning that the situation is nearing a, quote, breaking point.
America's southern border crisis was caused by career politicians like Sherrod Brown. For nearly 50 years while in office, Brown ignored the problem and even called the border wall ludicrous.
Think the border wall is ludicrous?
Now Sherrod Brown wants to make the crisis even worse. Brown voted with fellow radicals like Kamala Harris to give illegals taxpayer-funded stimulus checks, health care benefits, even Social Security checks, encouraging millions more to pour across our border. Career politician Sherrod Brown caused the crisis. But businessman and Trump-endorsed political outsider Bernie Moreno will fix it. In Congress, Moreno will partner with President Trump to deport illegals, build the wall, and solve the crisis at our southern border. Trump-endorsed political outsider Bernie Moreno for U.S. Senate.
I'm Bernie Moreno, and I approve this message.
Paid for by NRSC and authorized by Bernie Moreno for Senate.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
To find an agent near you, visit shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
At Kroger Pharmacy, CARE is making it easy to get vaccinated. CARE is helping you stay protected from flu, COVID, and RSV. Seasonal vaccines are available 7 days a week with evening hours. CARE is giving you a shot at staying healthy this season. Walk in whenever is best and get multiple vaccines in one visit at your local Kroger pharmacy. So come and get the protection you need while protecting those around you. Kroger Health, a world of care is in store. Visit Kroger.com/vaccines for more. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See site for details.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app or listen at home on your smart speaker or open up the iHeartRadio app or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at The Fan.
Did you and your family lose Ohio Medicaid and need health coverage? Check this out. You may be eligible to enroll in a low-cost health plan at healthcare.gov. With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov offers quality plans that cover doctor visits, prescriptions, emergency care, and more. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
We're dealing at Reichert Nissan. Hundreds of Nissans in stock, on the ground, and priced to sell fast. Low lease payments on brand new Reichert Nissan Sentras, only $219 a month. Now we're really dealing. With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33, or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com.
Get the right car at Reichert.
We're dealing.
With approved credit, 2024 Sentra SB FWD 36-month lease with $3,000 due at signing. Offer ends 9/3/24. Have you lost Ohio Medicaid? At healthcare.gov, you can find a low-cost quality health plan.
Do plans cover doctor visits?
What about emergency care?
And prescriptions?
All covered and more. Plus, with the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Scott Tomorrow.
As we come together for Labor Day celebrations next week,
we must remember the reason for the holiday. Unions are the backbones of our communities, and union members, including the nearly 120,000 members of the OEA, have always used our united voice to advocate for the conditions we all need to make Ohio's future bright.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, very hot and humid, 98 with a heat index close to 105. Heading into tonight, we're looking at dry weather with a low of 74. 97 on Wednesday with a heat index of 102. We will be looking at a few rounds of showers and thunderstorms Wednesday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
If this show made a scented candle, it would smell like bad coffee, unwashed jockstrap, and grass clippings.
I wasn't sure how you take your coffee.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
So, mouth or enema?
Here's one here, a little Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up here in our next segment, Dave Biddle. He's going to join the program with Bucknuts and On the Money. We'll talk all things Buckeyes and Zips with him around 7:33. So that's coming up here in just a few minutes' time. Before we do anything else, let's do this.
Oh, boy. You hear the sound. It means Shark is salivating. It's an appetizer Tuesday, which means it's a Threes Day. And the featured appetizer today, it is cheesy bacon wedges. The crispy potato wedges covered with spicy nacho cheese and real bacon bits.
I love that nacho cheese.
Talk to Berm and Jay-Z. Like, the wedge is really the preferred conduit to be able to get the cheese.
Almost.
It is. It's got the crispiness, but also
the girth.
It's kind of like a mini potato skin, so it's going to bring it all home for you. $3 all day long at Roosters. Plus, they have the Buckeye giveaway. Make sure you get registered this week, folks. There's going to be 3 giveaways, 4
Ends
winners
next
each
Monday.
time. Next Monday, they're going to have one in October, early October, one in early November. Tickets to the Oregon game, airfare, hotel, all of that is going to be in there for this one. So make sure you go to register there, roosterswings.com. They have QR codes on the napkins. They are in store now as well. We used to have a QR code back here. Someone stole it. I don't know what happened.
It's magically disappeared.
By the way, I just found out the Lancaster Parks and Rec, they had their Little League Soccer last night.
Good.
They just gave them an extra water break, Beam, like they do in the MLS, like we did for the kids playing football on Sunday.
Groundbreaking.
I mean, it's not like we're in the Mojave Desert and there's no water, okay? We live in Ohio, and while parts may be in a drought,
the best groundwater in the world.
we have a 100-year water table. It's great. You can pump it out of the ground. It's delicious.
And
so
nutritious.
you can go get that.
Sometimes it's got a little floaters on it.
We're getting it's like that Butte water. You can eat and drink it at the same time. Yeah, but it's great. They're talking, what is this, Elizabeth talking here, lives in northern Ohio. A lot of schools being canceled, all kinds of stuff.
One thing if the school
down.
doesn't have like AC, that's an entirely different thing.
Did your school have AC growing up?
Back in my day, I walked five miles uphill both ways.
It was called "Let's Open the Windows and Let More Heat In."
I get my kids because
you know what? Now that you're talking about it, I think Mayor's School didn't have AC. That's why they built a new one.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be honest. Like my wife and I both went.
As a kid, I would love to have school canceled for a heat day, though. That'd be awesome.
I'm done. Beam, you listen. Soft with 2 F's, okay?
Look at me. Of course I'm
Everybody,
soft.
It's not just now the cold weather.
David Goggins would snap me in half if he ever laid
David
his
Goggins
eye
ran
on me.
100 miles with a broken leg.
Femur.
Broken femur in the Mojave Desert, okay? Let's just figure out
He said I started going, I didn't have a finish point. I just ran 100 miles.
Just said one more mile. But the Lancaster, when I went there, they had a freshman school. The school's still open. It's part of vocational now, called Stanbury. The original part of the school was built over 100 years ago. Like it had been added on to, but it was the second school built, I believe, in the district to north, which had been torn down. But it's one of the oldest schools in the state of Ohio, just like my wife's school, which has subsequently been torn down in Portsmouth. Crazy old. We had 3 stories, dude. Top story.
Roast box.
No AC. I remember sitting up there in Mr. Zishka's world history class, and it was so hot. Like my dad, and I was playing varsity. He's like, you got to drink water, big guy, because like it would be crazy hot when we were up there, and he'd pick me up, take me on Fridays. We have games. He's like, you got to chug some water before this game. but I would be sitting there and my arm would be sticking to the desk. I'd like pull it. I'd have to curl it around the paper so that it wouldn't get like wet marks on it so I could write through it and it wouldn't rip. Like, I don't want to hear about how hot it is. I don't care. People have been doing this for years. Years. By the way, we have air conditioning to go into now for the most part. Not everyone, but a lot of places. So, like, the fact that you may have to be inconvenienced and uncomfortable for a little bit.
I don't like to be inconvenienced. Bro.
Exactly. As you get older, all you seek in life is comfort. You don't want to do hard things. What did David Goggins say? Do something that sucks every day, Bean. Like, my goodness. We're talking about canceling sports at 5 o'clock at night?
Eat a child lunch, and then he gets disgustingly dirty, and then has the dog lick it off his fingers.
Of course. Let the dog take care of it. But we're talking about canceling stuff at night. Not turf practices in the middle of the day. By the way, like Schlegs, they have stuff down in Jacksonville. I was down in Texas. I never saw sports get canceled. It would be roast city, Bean. We'd be doing our OTAs. We were on this high school turf field because that was when our...
Oh, what's the field temperature? 150 probably?
They put it into the ground. So this is real life. We would be taking our water breaks, and I would have to water a little circle. Like, not water breaks, it was when you were off the field, like when you weren't playing, and guys would have to water a little circle to stand in it because the turf was so hot, it would be coming through your shoes, and it would be warming your feet to an uncomfortable level. Brutal. We got Archie's statue, 11 o'clock, unveiling on Friday.
How about that?
Maybe the statue will melt. I don't know. Are we on the sun?
Here's a little bit. Ohio State football posted this, and maybe we won't do the whole thing. Maybe we will. But here was Archie yesterday, and I don't know when he filmed this, but he was talking just about his two Heismans and getting the statue over there at Ohio Stadium that's going to be unveiled by the Rotunda coming up here this weekend.
I had a lot of special moments during my time playing here at Ohio State, but the moment that really stands out in my mind happened to happen my freshman year here at Ohio State, because my freshman year was the very first year that freshmen were allowed to play varsity football back in the early 70s, 1970. It made me eligible to play on the varsity team. So my number one goal when I got to Ohio State was to make the varsity team, because a lot of people told me I shouldn't come to Ohio State because of my size. I was too small and I'd never get a chance. Well, I felt I knew my abilities better than anyone else, so I took it as a challenge to come here. Well, the first game that we had that year, a home game, Coach Woody Hayes allowed everybody to dress. That game started, and it was against the University of Iowa. In the fourth quarter, with a couple minutes to go in the game, Coach Hayes gave a few freshmen an opportunity to play, and I remember how excited I was because this was my big chance. If I could get in the game, run for a touchdown, or make a big play, maybe he put me on that varsity team. But again, that was my goal. First play called was an 18 sweep, which was a pitch out to me going around the right side. Great opportunity for me. Man, was this a great opportunity for me. We broke the huddle, lined up in the I formation. Quarterback started calling the signals. And as he called the signals, I got to thinking. I said, I wonder if our offensive line is going to open up the same type of hole for me as they've been opening up for other running backs to run through. Well, the ball was snapped. And as soon as the ball was snapped, I did something that was fundamentally wrong. You all know that the most fundamental thing you do in football is you catch the ball. And when you catch the ball, you got to keep your eyes on the ball. So when the quarterback went to pitch the ball to me, instead of me keeping my eyes on the ball, watching the ball come in my hands, I looked towards the hole in which I was going to run through. And I looked towards that hole. I was shocked because those guys opened up a big, huge hole, a hole big enough you could drive a truck through. So instead of me turning back towards that quarterback and watching that ball come in my hands, I kept my eyes on that hole because I wanted to make sure it didn't go anywhere. Me with my eyes on the hole, the quarterback pitched the ball to me, the ball hit me in the hands, and I fumbled. Coach Hayes took me out of the game right after that, and I thought that I had blown my big opportunity. Went home that night, and my father sensed something was wrong with me. He asked me about it. I told him, I said, Daddy, I don't know that I got another chance. And my father, like he would always do, he gave me encouragement, told me, hey, you'll get another chance. You're just a freshman. You got a lot of time. Our next game was also a home game, and it was against the University of North Carolina. Again, because it was a home game, everybody was allowed to dress. Game against North Carolina started first quarter. North Carolina blocked the punt of ours, went ahead of us 7-0. And all of a sudden, midway through the first quarter, call from the bench called Griffin. Kept calling Griffin. I knew he wasn't talking to me. Couldn't admit me because I was a 15 tailback. I was on the scout squad. I had fumbled the week before. Couldn't admit me. But they kept calling Griffin, and I was the only Griffin on the team at the time. I went up to Coach Hayes. He grabbed me by the shoulder pad, told me to go in and tailback. Right then, I got all excited and went to run out onto the field. And when I went to run out on the field, one of my teammates called me back because of all the excitement. I had forgotten to take my helmet with me. Couldn't believe that he had mentioned me to go into the game. All I can tell you, though, is I got myself together. I went into the game, and I'll be totally honest with you. I was in a daze the whole time. All I know is my number was being called, and I was running with the ball. I know that I played about 2.5 quarters because I came out of the game at the beginning of the fourth quarter. And when I came out of the game, beginning of the fourth quarter, the 86,000 fans at Ohio Stadium that day, they stood up and gave me a standing ovation. And they did that because in those 2.5 quarters, I had rushed for 239 yards, which at that time was an Ohio State rushing record. That was the most exciting moment I ever had playing the game of football. And I started when I was 9 years old, played my last game when I was 31 years old. It happened my freshman year here at The Ohio State University. It was the springboard to my career here at Ohio State University.
It's a terrific story by Archie. Absolutely terrific.
I've heard him tell it many times, and it's good to the last drop every time.
Absolutely it is. So statue unveiling coming up here Friday over at Ohio Stadium. Dave Biddle, Bucknuts, and On the Money, he joins us. We'll preview week 1 of the Buckeye season with him coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are still watching big delays on 161 heading eastbound. We've got lanes blocked off right near Hamilton Road because of a crash heading eastbound. Expect delays if you're heading out to the New Albany, Newark area. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, your pilot hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
We're dealing at Reichert Ford.
$2,500 low price guarantee.
With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Thousands of vehicles are waiting at ReichertFord.com.
Right car at Reichert.
We're dealing.
At Take 5, we're faster than you think. That means we'll change your oil and have you back on the road before you can count all the change in your center console. Cha-ching, baby. Just sit back and relax while our fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay in your car 10-minute oil change. Appointments now available at participating locations.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
Hey, welcome to IKEA's complete sleep event. Don't miss dreamy offers on sleep essentials.
I've tried carrying sheep, but keep losing track.
We've got you. IKEA family members save 15% off your purchase of $300 or more on select sleep comfort items. Plus, we're throwing a pajama party in-store on August 31st. Wear your favorite PJs for a free breakfast.
Ooh, we have matching PJs.
Don't wait. Go to IKEA-USA.com/bettersleep or visit your local store today. Offer valid August 7th through September 10th, U.S. only. See store and IKEA-USA.com for full details and eligible items. Restrictions apply.
If you have an unhealthy obsession with the Blue Jackets, we have just the remedy. Join us Wednesday nights at 7 for the Inside Edge. All the Jackets and hockey conversation you can handle. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Direct auto insurance is for uncompromisers. Like Matt. When his old car insurance got so expensive, do you think he walked until his sneakers wore out? No, because he found savings with Direct Auto so he could drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25% on state minimum coverage, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com or a store near you. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Right now at the Ram, make this the summer event. Well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for $549 a month for 42 months with $3,640 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra, no security deposit required. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Extra charge for miles over 35,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by September 3rd, 2024.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Bobby played football for Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. Beamer played football for a drunk named Joe who worked at the gas station. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Well, Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Right now we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Check with our great friend of Bucknuts and on the money. He is Dave Biddle. Bids, happy week 1 of the season. What are we expecting out of the Akron Zips this weekend over at Ohio Stadium? 3:30 kickoff over at the Horseshoe. What's going on, man? Good to talk to you.
Oh, good to talk to you, especially game week. Yeah, it's very exciting with the buildup of this team, Beamer. And, I mean, expectations are always sky high in Columbus, and I don't think I've ever seen them this high, and I ended up saying a tremendous amount. So it's going to be fun to see this team in action, and first year of the 12-team playoffs, so really looking forward to Saturday.
Bids, I'm with you on this. I mean, I know that the expectations are super high around here. You've been covering this team for a long time. What has led to these sky high expectations? Because I mean, every once in a while, we know that we usually have massive expectations for this team, but it does seem a little bit different this year.
For sure. I mean, it's just the talent and the depth at almost every position. I mean, you think about what could be the weakness of this team. People might say offensive line. Then you break it down. I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic this offensive line is going to be pretty good. Is it going to be elite? I don't think so. But I certainly don't think it's going to be an Achilles heel of this team. So, and you look at things like this secondary is just unbelievable. The corners and safety, they don't have tremendous depth at safety, although it's decent. Malik Hartford's coming off the bench as a sophomore. That's pretty good business. But the depth at corner is unbelievable, with Denzel Burke and Davis Nigbanos and really Jordan Hancock slot corner, safety, whatever you want to consider him. And then Jermaine Matthews is your number 4 corner as a sophomore. He's ready to start right now. It's just the depth on this team is just pretty unbelievable. Wide receiver with, Emeka Buka and Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate and Brandon Ennis, on and on and on. Running back with Quinshon Judkins and Travion Henderson. So the D-line is stacked. I could go on and on. So that's what it is. And the coaching staff, we're probably not talking about that enough. I mean, Ryan Day went out. To get Chip Kelly as your offensive coordinator is an absolute coup. And then James Laurinaitis now he's not, even though James really did run the linebacker room last year, as you guys know, he's now having that title of linebacker coach. Matt Guerreri is a really good safeties coach. Just the staff he's put together is pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, it's been really impressive what they've been able to do. Is there anything in particular that you're taking a look at, Bids, that you want to try to see that you'll be able to pull out of this first game? I mean, is there anything that could concern you? I mean, we know it's Akron. They're not very good. It's a 50-point spread. I mean, what are we trying to ascertain from Saturday?
Yeah, just look like the dominant force that they should be. However you define that, that's what I'm looking for. Like, are they going to go out there? They have that look of, oh no, they're not just a good team against Akron. Oh wow, this team, look at this, they're just blowing up the line of scrimmage every play, or whatever it might be. Are they going to look like that dominant force? Because as you mentioned, Bob, I mean, yeah, you're playing a MAC team, but if you wonder if you're playing one of the better MAC teams, one of the better MAC teams could, give you
return of the MAC.
Akron is picked like one of the worst teams in the MAC by Phil Steele, at least I think by most people. So they do have a quarterback, Ben Finley, who has played at NC State and Cal. This is now his first year at Akron, but he started a total of 4 games combined at NC State and Cal. So I don't know, man. Now Joe Moorhead, we know, he can be a good offensive coach, but we're not going to. I mean, they just need to look like a dominant force against this Akron team, to answer your question.
He is Dave Biddle of Bucknuts and on the money with us here, courtesy of the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. What are you most intrigued to watch about, Bids, coming up here? I mean, I think for me, it's just the style of run game with Chip Kelly, but what are you most anticipating watching Saturday at 3:30?
Yeah, that's definitely one of them, just to see what, how different the offense is with maybe, more misdirection, the different run concepts. What's he going to do when they have first and goal, because they were terrible inside the 10-yard line last year, one of the worst teams in the country, and I think they're going to be, really good with Chip Kelly calling the shots there. But certainly, right guard, is it Tegra? How does Tegra look if he is the starting right guard? He's going to look good coming off the bus. There's no doubt about that. But I think he's going to look good on the field too. So many different things. It's going to be fun seeing Jeremiah Smith finally have his first real game as a Buckeye. I mean, there's just there's dozens and dozens of things I could point to. Will Howard, does he just look like solid, or does he look like, oh, okay, all right, Will Howard's maybe better than people thought? I've always been pretty high on him, not like win the Heisman high, but certainly I think he's going to be second team All Big Ten, dare I say maybe first team All Big Ten. Dylan Gabriel, and probably rightfully so, everybody's picking him to be first team All Big Ten. I won't be surprised if Will Howard's first team All Big Ten. At the very least, I think he'll be second team All Big Ten. So that's another thing I'll be keeping an eye on. And then if they do get a big lead, how does Devin Brown look? And then if they get Julian Sayin in there, how does he look? So it's just the opener. We could go on and on about things that we're excited about.
When do you need to see, or when would you like to see reserves start coming in? Ryan's talked a lot about the 16, 17 game schedule, what it's going to take to win. They talked about rotating a lot. I mean, how much do you want to see these young guys play offensively, defensively?
A lot, yeah. I think for a multitude of reasons. You want to get those guys ready for the future, but more so, you want to rest your main guys for such a long season. If you're Ohio State, you got to be preparing for a 16-game season. Doesn't mean for sure it's going to happen, but you got to prepare that way. You're preparing for an NFL season. You get two bye weeks, so that would help, but still, you got to rest these guys. So in a perfect world, Bob, I would say you have a big lead at halftime, send the starters out maybe for one series in the third quarter, get the backups in there, eventually get the third teamers in there, and just coast your way. Don't put your guys in harm's way any more than you need to. So that's going to be a big thing. Hopefully if this team can stay. Now they do have great depth, so they can withstand some injuries to starters at certain positions. But if this team can stay reasonably healthy, I know I'm not breaking news here. If they can stay reasonably healthy, they're going to be a big problem for everybody.
What's going to be to you, Bids, just looking at the schedule, what to you presents the first real challenge for this team?
Nothing against Iowa, because they are going to be good. If it was in Iowa City, I would say that would be the first one. But I think Ohio State's just going to, over 60 minutes is going to be able to overwhelm Iowa, although Iowa's a good team. But I'll just go with chalk and say at Oregon, the next week. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, that stadium, I've never been there, but I've seen it on TV many times. Awesome stadium. It gets loud and holds about half of what the Horseshoe does, holds about 54,000, and Ohio State's first time going there. I tell you, it's pretty nice having Chip Kelly on your side. A guy that knows his way around Eugene, Oregon pretty well, but going in there. So I'll say at Oregon. At Penn State, it's always going to be a tough game. But, I'll say the first real test is going to be that game at Oregon. Maybe Iowa, though.
Bids, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Enjoy the game coming up here on Saturday, and we'll check in again soon, all right?
Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it.
There goes Dave Biddle, Bucknuts, and on the money with us, courtesy of the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. We get juice next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Watch for crews clearing up a crash on State Route 161 out in New Albany. Heading eastbound, we've got the left lane blocked off just beyond Hamilton Road. Expect delays as you're heading toward the New Albany, Newark area. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, you're kind of hero. Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
During our Fresh Tyson Chicken full line sale, mix and match select varieties and buy one, get one free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Wake up. Breakfast. And Nature Made vitamins. Whatever your morning sounds like, Nature Made fits right in. Whether you're looking for vitamin C or a multivitamin to get key nutrients, we've got you covered. Now that's a good morning. We take care of you so you can take on your day. Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island. This season on Nada Yada Island. You were charging your phone? I waited hours for you.
That's how long it takes.
Join Metro and get a free Motorola Edge that'll charge for the day in 15 minutes. At Metro, there's no activation fees. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number ID and sign up for Metro Flex Plus plan. Offer not available if at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days. Requires 68-watt charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you need a new roof but you're not sure you can afford it, no problem. Right now, Able Roof is offering no payments, no interest until 2026 for qualified buyers. Yep, that's the same Able Roof that's been voted the #1 roofing company in Columbus by Consumer Choice Awards 22 years in a row. Want more? Able Roof will give you up to $1,000 off a new roof, siding, or windows. This is a limited time offer, so call Able Roof today.
Call Able for the proof. 444-ROOF. The Buckeye Show.
What will Will do if
you want 30 touchdowns?
I'm looking for 30 touchdowns. I'm needing to see single-digit interceptions.
The Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light and sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
We buy any car. Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because selling it yourself can be, well, you know.
Okay, I'll give you half now.
And?
No, and just half.
What? Avoid the hassle. Come to We Buy Any Car instead. Get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price.
Yeah, I can't do half. I could probably bump it up to like 50%.
Just go.
Okay.
Get your free online valuation now at
WeBuyAnyCar.com. eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its edge-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Extreme heat on the way for the next couple of days. Heat advisories have been issued for Tuesday and Wednesday. The high today, 98. The high on Wednesday, 97. Lots of sunshine today, but on Wednesday we will reintroduce the risk of showers and thunderstorms. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. just a couple of dudes being guys.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
We here on The Juice are brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them online at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Sharky?
Yeah.
Schlegel.
Oh, Schlegel, yeah. I'm ready for him.
You're talking to the Carhartt wearing, Realtree camo wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, truck driving, arrow flying son of a gun.
Mm-hmm. It always scares me when you play that one. Jolts me a little bit.
Yeah. Got to say happy birthday to my older brother, Steve. Also have to say happy birthday to my favorite baseball player of all time, Buddy Beau.
Steve's a lot taller than you, right?
No, he's about a half inch shorter.
Don't you have one brother that's taller than you?
Yeah, I've got a brother that's like 6'3".
That's who I meant.
Yeah, okay. That's my younger brother. Okay. My little brother, 5 inches taller than me. Buddy Beau today is 73, born in 1951. What doesn't have me juiced is the Guardians playing double headers. They've played 4 double headers this season. They've been swept in all 4.
That's good.
Last season they played 4 double headers. They were swept in 3 of them. They are 1-15 in their last 8 double headers.
Let's not do that anymore.
Yeah, let's not play any more double headers. I saw this on my feed. We always try to educate on this show. How many skyscrapers of at least 200 meters in height? That's 656 feet.
It's like 60-some stories.
How many skyscrapers in the U.S. are at least 656 feet tall?
I would say it's pretty tall.
That is pretty tall.
It's taller than anything in Columbus. I would say 35.
I'm going to say low single digits.
200.
I was going to say low double digits. I was going to say 14.
Yeah, 244.
Okay, a lot of New York is.
98 of them are in New York, New York City.
What got you on this? What led you there? It just popped up?
Yeah, I'm here to educate and give wisdom. 37 in Chicago. That's the second most. Third most?
San Francisco?
San Fran only has 5.
Okay. Houston?
Houston has 16. Houston is third. L.A. fourth with 13. Atlanta 10. Miami 7. Dallas 7. Philly 7.
What's the tallest building in Ohio? Do we know that?
There are only 4 such buildings in Ohio that are at least 656 feet tall. 3 in Cleveland, 1 in Cincinnati, none.
I think the one in Cincinnati's got to be the the Great American Building, right? That's the tallest building down there that overlooks the ballpark.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think the tallest building in Ohio is the Key Bank Building.
You're right. Up in Cleveland, 947 feet, Shark. You got it. Terminal Tower up in Cleveland, 708. And then 200 Public Square up in Cleveland is 658. Yeah. The Rhodes Tower in Columbus technically is 629 feet.
Oh, we just fell short.
192 meters.
I went up there when I was up there for the combined charitable campaign last. They gave me a full tour from the top. You're looking down at Levesque Tower. It was pretty cool.
Bob, what has you juiced?
Well, let's listen to CJ.
CJ the DJ?
Yeah. Stafford a dog.
He is a dog.
No, you don't understand, bro. You saying that. That's all I watch. I don't watch nobody else. I watch Mahomes at times because Mahomes does some stuff that you can't coach. Stafford, dog, he will beat you with the same thing every time. All that no-lick stuff, I got that from bruh. If you give Matthew Stafford a chance like Aaron Rodgers, I guarantee he might have had more rings, for sure. I think Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford had more rings than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he have another ring probably.
No, I'd say he had 3-4.
I love it. It's always interesting who people emulate, and he does remind me a lot of Matt with how he plays, how their arms and everything. And when I heard that, I was like,
Matt Stafford did the no-look pass before it was cool.
Oh, yeah. He was doing them in Detroit when we were up there. But one of my favorites, love Matt, and I've loved what CJ's been able to do. And how he's taking kind of ownership of everything. He's out there, he's loud, he's vocal, he's having a good time. What's got me juiced in a negative way? If I hear anyone else complain about the heat anymore, you can't complain about the heat and the cold. Everyone wants to move to Florida. Well, hey, folks, this is what the South is like. It stinks. We don't need to cancel kids' sporting events. Get them an extra drink. People used to go to school when there was no air conditioning. 2, 3 stories. I was one of them.
Marty,
it's okay.
Marty tweeted, he said, I'm from Chillicothe. Middle school was old and 3 stories, no AC.
Yes, he's alive.
We sweat our butts off. Then when we were in 6th grade, we all couldn't wait to be in 8th grade and get on the first floor.
Yes, it's all part of it. Those are the perks of life. Like a lot of these old Ohio schools, man, you got 2, 3 stories. There's no air conditioning in them. They were brutal. It was awful. A lot of people grew up in them. You know what? They're fine. They're okay. You can have kids play sports. They do it in the South. Give them another water break. Quit pandering to the fear of all the terrible things that can happen and just embrace life. Be where your feet are. See the problem. Get a solution for it. And quit canceling everything. We are so soft with 2 Fs. Everything in the education, we need to toughen it up a little bit and start getting the little daffodils out there to get going. Bean, what's got you juiced?
What's got me juiced? Getting ready for the college football season. I saw this coming up. This was from last week. So was it Miami of Ohio's punter? No, kicker.
Kicker was stolen. Groza Award winner.
Groza Award winner was stolen by Alabama, and Miami head coach Chuck Martin held no punches.
All right, special teams lost your kicker, Carter McLaughlin.
We didn't lose him. He's at Alabama. We know exactly where he's at. You media people, it's all pretend. Like, no, Alabama stole our kicker. They illegally recruited our kicker and stole him from us, and like that's a fact. But that's but we act like it's not. We live in this la-la world. Like, hey, let's not talk. I don't know why everybody knows what's going on. So, yeah, Alabama stole our kicker. A couple other schools tried to steal it, but then okay, what's the question?
I love it.
Here's the follow-up. The reporter got so flustered, but like, well, if you stole him, why didn't you call Liam Neeson? He has a very specific set of skills. He could have brought him back.
Why didn't you steal someone off Alabama's roster?
You know, and Kalen DeBoer said, no, we waited till he got into the portal, whether he did or not.
Who knows?
They may have enticed him and lured him in.
Listen, all I know that is college football, among other things, are very divided right now. The games have already started. We get a full week 1 slate coming up here starting on Thursday. All the time for transfer portal and NIL stuff, that's over. That's over, Bob. It's done. We're talking actually.
Gundy said that.
We're playing football games. Have your agent quit calling us. Doesn't matter anymore. Games start this weekend. Let's go. Very excited about that college football is here. Very, very juiced that we have finally made it. If you miss Schlegs in the 6 o'clock hour, fear not. He is fired up and ready to rock as we take another listen to him coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We're still watching crews clear up a crash on 161 eastbound out in New Albany. The left lane slightly blocked off just beyond Hamilton Road as crews work to clear that up. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Bob's Discount Furniture is coming to Polaris, and Bob's Discount Furniture wants you to win big this football season. It's easy. Get online and go to 971thefan.com to register to win a $1,000 gift card to Bob's Discount Furniture, so you can watch your favorite football team sitting in your new Bob's recliner or couch this season. Wow. That's $1,000 from Bob's Discount Furniture. All you have to do is register to win on the Fans Contest page at 971thefan.com. Hurry, contest ends Wednesday, August 28th. See complete contest details online at 971thefan.com.
Bobby Carpenter's dad and retired pro football player Rob Carpenter was tired of dealing with knee pain, but finally found relief without surgery at QC Kinetics.
Yeah, this was nothing really like a surgery. I mean, it was not painful, and the results were good. And, you know, I'm walking out the door and walking pain-free, so it was a good experience.
Dr. Tessner and the medical professionals at QC Kinetics treat patients like Rob using regenerative medicine that helps heal and restore damaged joints with no downtime.
I wasn't really exercising much, and I gained weight because of that. So the upside of it obviously is I'm able to exercise without any pain or stiffness in the knee, and it's got my cardiovascular system back into shape, and I feel a lot better. And again, lost the weight. So what more can you ask for?
Call QC Kinetics for your complimentary consultation in Dublin or Gahanna. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. Or go to qckinetics.com/Columbus.
Be the ultimate insider with the official app of the NFL. Get closer to the NFL action all season long with access to the latest NFL news, highlights, insider analysis, and more. Plus, go deeper into the game with NFL Plus and access live out-of-market preseason games, live local and primetime games on mobile, and 24/7 NFL Network. You'll also get access to NFL Red Zone and game replays with NFL Plus Premium. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com. Subscription required for NFL Plus.
IBM and the United States Tennis Association are teaming up and using generative AI to deliver an improved experience for tennis fans around the world. The 2024 U.S. Open digital platforms offer never-before-seen features to bring fans even closer to the action inside Billie Jean King Tennis Center. New long-form post-match summaries mean fans can access detailed analysis for all 254 U.S. Open singles matches within minutes for near-instant coverage at unprecedented scale. To learn more about this new feature and others, visit usopen.org or download the U.S. Open app. Sponsored by IBM.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports.
Good morning, I'm Bart the Shark. The Guardians are leaking oil. As recently as July 10th, they owned a 10-game lead over Kansas City in the American League Central. Now that lead is down to 1 game over the Royals. KC swept a day-night doubleheader in Cleveland, winning by scores of 4-3 and 9-4. The Reds had the night off. The Browns placed 16 players on waivers yesterday, among them guard Wyatt Davis. 5 other Cleveland players passed their physicals, including tackles Jack Conklin and Jedrick Wills, defensive tackle Dalvin Tomlinson, and cornerback Greg Newsome. Cowboys receiver CeeDee Lamb has ended his holdout and agreed to a 4-year, $136 million deal. That makes him the second highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. This Sports Center is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame with Awaken 180. The course record might be only 40 strokes away. Awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news on The Fan.
If you can find a show that's closer to Buckeye football, it would be hosted by Ryan Day. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hour number 3 of the program for us on a Tuesday.
Hold up. Breaking news.
Hold on.
Be back.
Before we go any further.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Guardians stunk yesterday. Reds didn't play yesterday. They both play today. Okay.
Guardians lost 2 games?
Yeah, but
there
double.
we go. What's better than losing 1 game, Shark?
Losing 2.
There you go. Chew that bullpen up even more and get the losses. Perfect. Would you say they're 1-15 in their last 8 doubleheaders?
Yes, that's good. Well, it
has to be an even number because they're playing 2.
I was gonna say 1-17, but that would have made sense.
Even more, yeah. This would have been, even more. Shark's brother. Do we have the breaking news?
Yep.
How many seconds can we play of this? This trademark.
All right.
So red flag on the YouTube. Boom. My little brother, Matt, that's the one that's 6'3" that Bobby was talking about. He moved to Melbourne.
You ever get jealous of that?
No.
Okay.
He moved to Melbourne,
Australia?
Florida, over a year ago. And he said that his son, Max, has 3-hour football practices in full pads each week, and he is 8 years old, and it's 90-plus degrees every day.
Mm-hmm.
So my daughter, when they canceled tennis, like, we played football yesterday on the turf in the heat at 2, between noon to 2, not 5:30 to 6, 7 o'clock outside, and with pads on and a helmet, by the way.
What's at the beginning of the show? Willie and I were playing for an hour and a half outside. We were good.
But she goes, Dad, this is tennis. She goes, you don't do things like that. I go, have you ever watched the Australian Open? I'm like, it is 1,000 degrees down there. People are literally melting. The rubber soles are melting on the hard court. Don't give me that nonsense. They don't do that. Like, these people are sitting there, they play for like 4 hours in the middle of the day.
Well, give me my Pim's cup and my strawberries and cream. I'm melting.
It melts. My brain is melting. What are they going to do? Cancel the game on Saturday?
Yeah.
You know why they won't cancel the game on Saturday? Because there's money involved, and they have to play. You know what will happen? I can't remember what year it was. I remember walking into a game. You know, it's like right at the start, I missed kickoff. It was like kickoff was just happening. I think I stopped underneath. And it was when my seats were in 22A. Stopped underneath and listened for the national anthem. And then they wouldn't let us go up. I'm like, what's going on? They were bringing a lady down in a gurney already. And she was an elderly woman. I'm like, why would you think that you could sit out here at 90 degrees?
Yeah.
Like, you had to probably walk all around. I'm like, that's something you don't need to do. Those are people that are susceptible to high heat.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not talking about healthy young individuals. If you're it's 80 degrees and up and probably aren't in the greatest health and don't put yourself in those situations very often. Let's not try that. That's the prudent decision there.
Buckeyes will play this Saturday.
They're going to play. Archie, they're going to unveil a statue.
On Friday.
I'm excited for it. I'm going to head over for that.
I'm excited to listen to this.
The best way to start a morning is with a heavy dose of iron. Gas station ready, always. It is Schleg Day.
Sponsored by Sugar Shannara Accident Attorneys. We go to war for you at warforyou.com. That's warforyou.com.
Heading out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Check with our great friend. He is Anthony Schlegel.
Yeah, you are.
Happy Buckeye game week, buddy. What's going on?
Let's freaking go. It's game week. What in the Sam Dickens? Let me tell you something, guys. I'm ready. It's Akron. You know, that's where they have the Goodyear factory, the rubber factory, the rubber man coming down to the shoe. Here we go. What's up, man? How you guys doing? Hey, how about the crew?
How about that? It was pretty awesome on Sunday night, wasn't it? The 3-1 victory.
How awesome was it for you? Like, how did you celebrate that? Like, what did you do? Were you like the guy from Bobby Boucher takes off his shirt and rubs his nipple rings? Like, I could see you doing that. I want everybody right now in Columbus, Ohio, get that visual. And
I was doing that by myself in my living room afterwards. Just terrific.
That's amazing. I just got that visual, and I think it's awesome. Good for you, bro. Good for you. Way to attack and dominate.
Yeah, I love soccer Schlegs. I mean, that's the best Schlegs. I mean, you're locked in, ready to go.
Oh, hey, listen, man. I mean, who doesn't love soccer? My nephew, Will, he's at Robert Morris playing soccer. I mean, you got to love it. Yeah, you know what, though? Like, the only bad thing about soccer is you can't use your hands. Like, why not? Especially, like, forearm a person in the face, or, like, if the ball's going over your head, just slap it down to yourself to where you can dribble a little bit. Like, why not? Why not do that? Kind of like a mix of rugby and then traditional soccer, but with your hands. Now, you can't use your hands. Like, if you use your hand to stop a kick, like, you get to move the kick up closer. But if you use your face, what was that guy? Scott Sterling, right? If you Scott Sterling a ball to the beak, guess what? Automatic, like, a point for you guys, because you dropped your sack in attack. You know what I mean? That would make soccer more entertaining. Football, I would say football Americano, but that means American football in Spanish. So I guess it's just football everywhere else.
Yes.
Even in China, football.
Even
Konnichiwa, bro.
Is that Japanese? Korean. Even better.
They're right by each other.
Exactly. 100% Schlegs.
Some type of parallel.
Let me ask you this, Schlegs. You always talk about advice, gas station ready, Waffle House ready.
All the time.
Later today, I'm going to have to go. You know, I got the boat. I got to get a trailer. And then also my license expired on my 41st birthday on August 1st. So I got to get that done.
Beautiful.
Before I actually have to retake stuff. So I can still go in now and get it done. What advice would you give me for trying to tackle the BMV? I mean, how would one set their mind up? What do you want to do? How do we want to go about it?
And this is but now I have to put myself in your mental capacity of how to set you up for success. One, I would go to the site and I would have every possible documentation known to man with me.
Yeah.
I've checked all the boxes. I made all the calls prior to. And then I would think, okay, when would be the easiest time? That's a hard question because people still work from home. Like it used to be, I'm going to go between morning and lunch because people were trying to get there at lunch because
people don't work anymore.
I don't even know what they do.
I think I went in there today. I had to get this, what was the paper that I got? Oh, it's an affidavit for transfer of a boat title because if it's under a 10,000-pound boat, you don't, or a trailer, you don't have to. You don't have a title. You just get it registered, and then you have to have it certified that it's under this weight. I don't want to take it to a weigh station. I don't have the original manufacturer, but I have the registration from the gentleman that I got it from, so he can sign it over saying that it's this. I had to go, but I couldn't. This was the one document you could print off every document off the website. I had to go get this document, and then obviously the guy's like, "Well, do you want to do it here?" I'm like, "It needs to be notarized, buddy. Like, that can't be done here, and I need the other guy with me." And I'm going to be honest with you, it smelled like the circus when I walked in there. It was not enjoyable. Like, and I was only in there for about 5 to 10 minutes. I brought him. I was like, I need BMV document number 5728. And he's like, what is that? I'm like, the affidavit for the original weight form of water of a trailer.
Was there a niner in there?
Basically. And he's like, he had a little Post-it note with documents, the numbers that he had written, and he wrote mine down and then went back, crossed it off. But as I was standing there, I'm looking at the unwashed masses of people thinking, this is America. And
just Musk.
It was brutal. And by the way, I saw a guy, Ed Terwilliger, in there. He was getting his license renewed. And I'm like, coming back in here is like going into the lion's den. I feel like I feel a little bit like Maximus when he's chained up and Commodus is coming to talk to him before he stabs him with the poison knife. Like I feel like that's where I'm at right now.
I thought that you could do it. I guess I thought you could mail it in and just get a new one, but no. Oh, because you're transferring it.
I've still got to get notary. Yeah, like I've got so much stuff to do. I'm trying to put it all into one thing. Yes, it's too much to do independently. So I'm getting it all done and gonna go.
I tell you this, I think that when you're in those moments, you just got to embrace America. You know what I mean? You got to just embrace the musk of what that smells like. Just like yesterday on the show, Bob, and I'm wearing Bourbon Whiskey 24. By the way, side note, ColumbusBarrelCo.com. Type in all caps Bourbon 50. And you can get that Tri-Blend t-shirt for 50% off. Poof, David Copperfield. But going to a place like that just makes you want to go back. And I would say once you've embraced that musk and just really allowed it to seep into your pores, that's probably not the right time to go have a neat bourbon. That to me right there would be a bourbon on the rocks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you got to embrace it because that's like Americana. It's like the melting pot, you know what I'm saying? Which is exactly what America is. It's the melting pot. Anyways, I digress. So, hey, let me tell you guys something else that I'm really juiced about. One, it's game week. We got Akron. Two, way more important, over the weekend, Buckeyes. You guys talk about this yesterday on the show, on the Doomajink?
No.
Oh, man. Buckeyes, you had Trevion, you had Emeka, you had G, you had Cameron Babb. Am I missing somebody? You probably had some other guys too. I know Carson was there. You had a bunch of dudes, but they did basically a worship service over there by Fisher College. And it was awesome. Like, I don't know, 750, 1,000 people were out there. And honestly, it's just guys being dudes talking about how Jesus Christ has impacted their life. They got ran over by the grace train and
ran over by the grace train. That's a great line.
100%. Well, that's what happens. Like all of a sudden you're this and then poof, boom, grace train, new person, right? They had 40 people that got baptized. So here's the thing. People don't understand this. I see the comments and stuff, and it's amazing. Like, I won't even get into it. I'm going to get on to Bobby Carpenter's show later when you and I do it at 12:30. But here's the thing. The number one responsibility we have as parents is to invest and pour into our children. That's number one. They're our greatest gift. And when you choose the profession of coach, regardless of the level, your job is to develop those young people that you have in your care. And one of the greatest things from that is being able to witness how they can leverage their own platform and be bold in whatever capacity that looks like. It varies. It varies. This one in particular has to deal with their faith. But even just witnessing Hunter going to a camp and doing very, very well multiple times, it's just like, it's not me. Trust me, I don't need it. This is his journey. But being able to watch it to where you can be like, man, hey, they could have easily cut him when he was 8 years old, but now he's 18. And the development year after year, it's the same thing. We've never arrived. That's the sanctification process. It's a journey, but being able to just watch it, take a step back, and appreciate it is something that is very special. And hey, this is a real talk. So I got that. Somebody sent it to me in a text message. An older guy. I was like, hey, did you see this? And I'm at BMI Airport Monday morning, okay, flying back from Columbus to Jacksonville. And I'm sitting there at Chick-fil-A, in the line for Chick-fil-A, coming off of Southwest. And I kid you not, like, just that right there, just gave me awareness. It made me just smile, just like, man, Lord, you're freaking awesome. Just what these guys are doing, how you're working through them. And I'm sitting there in the line, and this woman is like just breaking down. And, we're in the airport. And I was like, are you okay? And I just put my arm around her. And she just lost her husband, Brian. And she's in the airport. And you don't need details. I don't need details. I just hugged her and I prayed for her. But, I would say this. As you're going through the airport, and that I literally saw that when I got off the plane, it just made me aware. And I hit G up. I was like, you don't even know how many of those people that you're touching. And again, it's not about you. You're planting seeds, man. Somebody else is going to water it. God makes it grow. And I just appreciate you guys for doing that. Because I was like, it impacted me today, and you didn't even know that. And I just wanted to say I appreciate you. Now go knock the crap out of Akron, okay? Be fanatical and knock their face off.
Real quick, before we get you out of your Schlegs, you live in Jacksonville. Your kids play sports down there. Have you ever had sports canceled for excessive heat?
No.
Yeah, probably not.
What? You know what?
Well, hey, here's the good news. It was like 85 today in Columbus, or on Monday.
Well, I was there.
Yeah, 85. They canceled a bunch of the sports because it was, quote, too hot for the emergency weather.
It's called freaking hydrate and breathe. Hydrate, bend your knees. Yep. It's called acclimatization. Like, you guys have already had that.
Hey, listen,
it's the 50, 30, 20, 10 rule.
We had football. They're canceling like tennis and sports like that where we don't even wear pads. So believe me, we'll get into all this later, big dog. There's a whole chunk of meat to be had right there, big guy.
Hey.
Soft.
You guys are fantastic. I'm not. Hey, listen, man. I think that's absolutely terrible. I think that you got to go through some adversity. I think that you can make sure that they have hydrate and have water breaks. But what in the Sam Dickens are we talking about?
Soft.
I don't know. Hey, you know what though? Here's the number one thing. Columbus, Ohio. It's freaking Tuesday. What? The 27th of August. The Buckeyes are playing Saturday. Football was back. We had a Mike linebacker with a neck roll the size of Texas out there knocking people's junk in the dirt. It was fantastic. And we got great dudes that we get to root for on Saturday. And you guys today, Columbus, Ohio, attack and dominate. Have a great day. Lift somebody up. Be the best version of yourself. You guys have a great day.
We didn't even need to wrap you up. You wrapped yourself up.
Like a present.
All right, I'll see you guys.
There goes Schlegs with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. One college football coach. He's a terrific online troll. That's next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are still watching delays on 161 eastbound. We've got the left lane blocked off near Hamilton Road out in New Albany. Expect it to be slow moving heading eastbound over there. Also on I-670 westbound, the right shoulder blocked off near the 71-670 split. And traffic still slow moving on I-70 westbound from a crash. That crews are clearing up near the 33 split. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Back to school time. Your kids probably have fancy friends. Isn't it about time you gave them a ride to be proud of? Actually, hell with the kids. Treat yourself to a new Lexus. Right now, it's the Golden Opportunity Sales Event with rates as low as 2.99% on ES, NX, and RX, as well as great lease payments. I've been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please stop in. Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
Giant Eagle and Market District have deals for school days. That's right. Find the discounts, specials, and savings you need to start the back-to-school season. Return to your routine and shop while saving big in the process. There are over 1,000 items with incredible low prices throughout the store. Don't wait, because the Deals for Days sales are only available for a limited time. Visit your local Giant Eagle or Market District today. Learn more about the Deals for Days sales event at gianteagle.com.
Hey, Buckeye fans, ready for the chance to win one of 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences? As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, a trip for two to the Oregon game, and exclusive access to the Ryan Day Coaches Show. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 winners. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Common Man and T-Bone here for our friends at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Bone, do you know that there's games going on this weekend?
Oh, I know. And your game day headquarters is the sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Massive TV walls, 12,000 square feet, and all the gaming action you could want.
Wager at one of 4 betting windows and 30-plus betting kiosks. Beat the crowd and reserve a table for all game days this fall at HollywoodColumbus.com.
Wow, private table. Must be nice. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here at The Fan, we give you 14 hours of live and local programming every day. We care about you. We live and work in your community. Except Beau Bishop. He won't tell us where the hell he is. Your live and local station. Except Beau. The Fan.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now. Bengals game day is so close, you can almost taste it. Bengals watching. Better with Pepsi.
It's Logan Services 55th anniversary sale. Replace your air conditioner and save up to 55% on a qualifying Trane furnace. Take action with a free estimate. Fast, friendly service, Logan Services.
At Toyota's national sales event, you can choose from more hybrid and all-wheel drive vehicles than anyone else, including the best-selling RAV4. Now through September 3rd, choose 4.99 APR financing on a new 2024 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid with approved credit through TFS. Excludes RAV4 Prime, or you can get a great lease deal on RAV4. Plus, you get 2 years no-cost maintenance. Get details at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, very hot and humid, 98 with a heat index close to 105. Heading into tonight, we're looking at dry weather with a low of 74. 97 on Wednesday with a heat index of 102. We will be looking at a few rounds of showers and thunderstorms Wednesday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hash browns and smackdowns. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Coming up here in our next segment around 8:33, Uncle Beau, he's going to join the program as he does every single Tuesday. Talk some Browns, talk some life. Before we get into anything else, it's time.
Oh, boy. It's time for the rooster. When you hear that sound, it means it's a Tuesday, which means it's an appetizer Tuesday, which means the featured appetizer Roosters is just $3. Today's featured appetizer is cheesy bacon fries. Or no, cheesy bacon wedges.
Even better.
They're better than the fry. I hate to besmirch the fry. The wedge is a better vehicle. It's like a mini potato skin, but they're crispy potato wedges covered with spicy nacho cheese, real bits of bacon, so you know they're good. Also, go to roosterwings.com to register for the Buckeye giveaway. There's going to be 3 of them. The first one's going to be ending here very soon at the end of this week, so make sure you get registered to win. Trip to Oregon is in there for the game as well, Beamer. Now you're going to get a chance to win a $50 gift card with That's What He Said.
614-821-9710. That's the phone number. You get the correct answer into Shark. You'll be walking away with a $50 gift card over to our good friends over at Roosters. I don't know what led you to be discovering this, Shark. How many buildings over 200 meters did you say are in the United States of America? What was the total number of buildings that were over that?
Do you want me to tell you the answer?
I want the entire, yes, how many buildings in the United States we have?
244.
244 buildings over 200 meters. How many buildings of over 200 meters do we have in the state of Ohio? Shark also gave us that. 614-821-9710. That's the phone number. Get the answer into him, and you'll be walking away with a $50 gift card over to our good friends over at Roosters. I love how the YouTube chat, too. You can always watch us, of course, here on the show on YouTube. Just go to type in 97.1 The Fan in the search bar. Hit subscribe, and you can watch our show. I like how the YouTube commenters in the chat are also just as confused by Schlegs as we were.
Here's a great line, though. Please, please, please get Mrs. Schlegs on for an interview. Man. I got to know how she handles him at home. I'd lose my mind. She's a saint. Dorothy Mantooth is a saint. I'm going to try. You know what? That'll be a fun one, Beam. One day we'll see if we can set up a call with both of them together.
God, yes.
And see how that goes.
You know, Mayor's mom and I were having a few drinks on Saturday night after we got back from our family
how's
function.
Kelly doing?
She's good. Yeah, she's good. And she'll never let me forget, because when did Ohio State play Toledo? Was it last year or a couple of years ago? I think it was last year, maybe. No. Anyways, and I made the grand mistake saying, I don't even know anybody who went to Toledo. Actually, you know what? My mother-in-law went to Toledo. And then she's like, I went to Akron. Thank you very much. Didn't go to Toledo. I was like, I got that wrong.
Blue and gold.
I was asking her, I'm like, well, I know that Bob and Shark both love you. Why don't you come on? We'll do a little 8-minute interview and we can get a full breakdown of Akron. You come on, it'll be me, Bob, Shark, and we'll just have you on for a parenting/grandparenting session and a breakdown of the Akron Zips. She goes, can't tell you anything about the football team, but I can tell you everything there is to know about parenting. I said, all right, deal, done.
Everything there's to know about maple syrup. A little hair.
Like maple syrup conglomerates from Vermont. I know everything there is to know about maple syrup. Put it in my hair, put it in my pizza. Sometimes I put it in my hair. What do you think holds it up? Slick.
So good. It's good. Yeah, but good for Kelsey. We'll have to have her on. She's a real firecracker.
She's something, man. She's something. They were solving all the world's problems on Saturday night after a bunch of white wine and Mikey's.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's good. So I asked her too, and I'm like, so the other day when you were over, we were mixing. We mixed again. Did you not learn your lesson? She goes, I'll be fine this time. I said, is it any different than last time? She goes, no whiskey tonight. I said, okay, yeah, you're probably correct about that. I did see this just come down. So the Connor Stallions Netflix documentary has come out. It
someone
has
in the chat, I didn't realize it dropped. You go, it dropped at 2 a.m. And someone had commented, like, definitely happened. Like, Jim Harbaugh definitely knew. I've heard it's pretty unbiased.
That's what Bill Bender was saying yesterday. I haven't watched it. I don't have Netflix. I'll have to try to procure a password because I don't really want to pay for a month of it just to watch a documentary. But if I need to, I will. So Central Michigan has released a statement in response to the Connor Stallions documentary on Netflix. Remember, if we go back, there was a picture and video of Connor Stallions allegedly being on Central Michigan's sideline.
I think it was allegedly Connor Stallions on the sidelines because there was definitely a man
using air parentheses in this. We are aware of the inferences made in the new Netflix documentary regarding former University of Michigan football staff member Connor Stallions accessing CMU for sidelines during our opening game last September. For the past 10 months, CMU has fully cooperated with the NCAA's ongoing investigation, and we still continue to cooperate with the NCAA as it works to complete its investigation. NCAA bylaws expressly prohibit CMU from publicly commenting on the details of this case at this time. We're eager to bring this matter to a fair and prompt conclusion to share what we know. We appreciate the patience and support of our community. That's one of the best word salads in college football that we've seen in a long time. It's pretty simple. It's either him or it's not. Why has this taken so long? And you just go through the roster and say, here's every pass that we printed for somebody to get down on the sidelines of a Central Michigan game. Maybe the protocols and standards are a little bit different at Central Michigan than Ohio State, but I know it's like getting into Fort Knox trying to have a game pass.
Yeah, having a sideline pass during the game in the coach's box is a difficult feat. And they keep a very strict record of who has those. So, yeah, it's not like something that you can just willy-nilly walk up and be like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to be on the sideline today. Like pre-game, post-game, sure. You can get those a lot easier, but in the coach's box during the game, very tough. Well, pool season is almost over, but it doesn't mean you don't want to look your best, so go check out my people at Affinity Whole Health. They're the leaders in the testosterone hormone replacement therapy game. They're not just here to optimize your testosterone levels. Nope, they can do way more. They can be here for weight. They can help you with weight loss. They've got semaglutide injections for that. Testosterone treatments so you can say goodbye to low energy, low libido. Hello to muscle gain and some weight loss. They can get you rolling and get you feeling like the best version of yourself so you can go shirtless, go cutoffs in this crazy heat right now. You'll be fine. Just don't wear the shirt. You might get sunburned, though. AJ will wear long sleeves because that's what he does. But Go check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That is feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Congratulations to John from London. He's the winner of the $50 Roosters gift card. Bob, how many buildings in the state of Ohio are over 200 meters tall?
There are 4. There is 3 in Cleveland, 1 in Cincinnati, 0 in Columbus. But Rhodes Tower is the tallest, and it is, just a couple of feet?
192 meters.
Yeah, so 8 meters shy.
8 meters shy. And then the Levesque Tower is 169 meters. And fun fact about that, it was the 5th tallest building in the world when it was completed.
That's wild.
Good job from John out of London. Congrats on the $50 gift card over to Roosters. Uncle Beau, he joins us for our first Buckeye game week coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, 161 still slow moving going eastbound. There is a crash just beyond Hamilton Road that has the left lane blocked out in New Albany. And we are still watching crews clear up a crash at the 71-670 split. The right shoulder slightly blocked off going westbound on I-670 right near High Street. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus and save up to $180 on select sets of 4 Vredestein tires. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer ends August 31st. See store for details.
While the world whizzes by, enjoy a moment of me time with Tim Hortons $6 breakfast bundle. Savor a small hot or iced coffee, then add your choice of a mouth-watering hot breakfast sandwich and a crispy golden hash brown and your pick of a classic donut. All for $6, all just for you. Make your mornings all about me time with our $6 breakfast bundle. Available at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. Price and participation vary. Terms apply.
Coming this Labor Day weekend, Bob's biggest challenge yet. It's time to dare to compare. It's got action. It's got suspense. It's got beeps and boops and dings and whomps and more savings than you'll believe on living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, mattresses, and more. And best of all, you get to play too this Labor Day weekend. Now open in Reynoldsburg and coming soon to Polaris. See how much you can save this Labor Day weekend when you dare to compare at a Bob's near you.
Meet animals from around the world as you explore the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. Whether you're fascinated by the towering elephant or playful sea lions, we have it all at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. Visit columbuszoo.org to plan your visit today.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
This season on Nada Yada Island.
You were charging your phone? I waited hours for you.
That's how long it takes.
Join Metro and get a free Motorola Edge that'll charge for the day in 15 minutes. At Metro, there's no activation fees. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Bring your number ID and sign up for Metro Flex Plus plan. Offer not available if at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days. Requires 68-watt charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary.
Did you know we have another station? More Buckeyes, more play-by-play, more everything.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2 or listen on the Fan app.
Your home for almost too much football. The Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you need a new roof but you're not sure you can afford it, no problem. Right now, Able Roof is offering no payments, no interest until 2026 for qualified buyers. Yep, that's the same Able Roof that's been voted the #1 roofing company in Columbus by Consumer Choice Awards 22 years in a row. Want more? Able Roof will give you up to $1,000 off a new roof, siding, or windows. This is a limited time offer, so call Able Roof today.
Call Able for the proof. 444 Roof.
Wendy's new Saucy Nugs come in 7 saucy flavors. Yep, you can literally hear your taste buds going. Taste bud sounds may vary. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary by location.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Ready for a new ride? Swing by Germain Toyota, ask for my friend Marcello, and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit GermainToyota.net and drive away in style today. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Beamer has a very punchable face, so Bobby punches it. This is Morning Juice.
The Fan high school football game of the week. It heads to Hilliard as Davison hosts Canal Winchester. Coverage will start at 6:30, and the kickoff, of course, traditionally 7 o'clock. After the game, it's going to be the Byers Dublin Subaru Overtime with Ryan Baker and Lee Cochran. High school football is back Friday nights right here on The Fan. Let's check in with Uncle Beau.
Beau knows bourbon. Beau knows fashion. Beau knows horseback riding. But most importantly, Beau knows Browns.
Sponsored by High Bank Distillery, home of the best blended whiskey in America. Grab a bottle or dine in at their 2 restaurant locations in Grandview and Gahanna. Drink local, drink High Bank.
Feel it in the air, Hunk? We finally made it to game week.
Come on. Come on. Little crisp in the air. A brisk 95 today.
Better
Heat
than
index of 102. Let's go.
2 days, full pads, black long sleeves. Sounds great to me.
Get a sweat in, boys. Come on. Who gets hurt? Let's go. No, I'm ready. Did the Friday Night Lights last Friday, which was awesome. I think high school football on a Friday night's like the last communal thing that we do, and it was really cool. So that was great. Boys got NBC 12-year-olds playing his second game tonight.
All right.
7th graders goes on Tuesday. Bootsy had his debut on Saturday. So we're good to go. We're locked in. Bring on those pesky Zips.
I saw you tweet this out last week, and it got me thinking. You said, "Who's the best high school football player you've ever seen?"
Who is it?
For me, it's Braxton. I mean, it's 1,000% Braxton. That guy put us in body bags since we were in 3rd grade.
You knew at 3rd grade, didn't you, Beam?
So there's a great story that one of my buddy's dads always tells. So, when you play in youth football, the coordinators are obviously on the field standing behind the line of play. And so my friend and his whole family, they're from Massillon. So he's in 2nd grade, he's like, yeah, pads are popping, total meatball. And I want to say that we were in, I think it was third or 4th, somewhere around there. So he's the defensive coordinator, for our team, straight running 4-3 base. And he's got this great story that he tells. He was like, all right, so, I'm standing 20 yards behind, the line of play, right behind the safeties who are playing. He goes, at that point, everybody just chases the ball, right? He's just massive kids doing that. And so he goes, I see the swarm of kids go to the left. I see the swarm of kids then go to the right. And then out of nowhere pops the quarterback who is just running at me. He goes, he's just straight. He beats the defense, then comes straight through the middle of the pile. He goes, he's running at me. He goes, I had to duck. He's like, I dropped to the ground because he was running at me. It seemed to be world record speed. He was like, at that point in time, we knew that he was something special. So that was my answer to that question.
Yeah, I mean, they pop even amongst greats. Those type of guys they elevate. So you see those guys.
What's the latest?
Who's yours, Bob? Other than you. Best high school football player you ever saw in person.
Best high school football player I've ever seen in person. Oh, man. We weren't very good, so a lot of people looked good against us early in my career. Brandon Joe, who played at Ohio State with me.
I remember him.
Brandon Joe was about the same size in high school as he was in college.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so he was a full day's work to bring down.
Fullback here.
Yeah, they ran the split back veer with him, and he was pretty tough.
Jeez.
He was pretty tough. Yeah, he was good. Office. And then after him, honestly, Lance Moore, who played with New Orleans, I think he had a 100-catch season with New Orleans. Where did he go to college? Toledo, maybe?
Okay.
Kent State? He ended up going to a MAC school and ended up getting on the Saints and had a really nice career. Where did he go, Beam?
Lance Moore went to Toledo, Bob.
Went to Toledo.
Westerville South.
Westerville South guy, but he was really good. He had about 14 catches on us for about 271 game my junior year. Very, very talented. But those two guys were probably some of the best that I had seen in my high school career.
Yeah, I felt like if I got it felt like if you're of a certain age from Northeast Ohio, you were saying Robert Smith.
Yeah.
And it felt like I got a ton of replies on this. If you were from Central Ohio, a certain age, it was Andy Katzenmoyer.
Yeah.
Those were kind of that was kind of the overwhelm. There was a lot of Braxton. Centerville's always had a ton of dudes. I didn't get a lot of Cincinnati. I don't know who that would be. Like, they've had a ton too. Like, I don't know who. I didn't get a lot of Cincinnati.
I'll tell you, we played this Mr. Simpson fella from Coleraine. He was a pretty big monster. Yeah, I just remember.
He was really good.
I think he was Mr. Football. He was pretty incredible. Watching him play, he was good.
There's a lot of them in Ohio.
So and it's so regional too, because it's such a big state and things are isolated. So it's everybody kind of where you saw.
Yeah, sure.
And
the world was smaller, guys.
Yeah,
we didn't have YouTube.
You're right.
You didn't have that. So like a lot of these guys, it was like the stuff of legend. It was like, hey, did you hear what he did?
I remember watching was it Noel Devine highlights in high school. And
he was a Florida kid.
Yeah.
Deion took him under his recruitment was crazy. He ended up at West Virginia.
Yeah.
He was a Bradenton kid. Deion Sanders took him under his wing to like help him find his way, and he ended up at West Virginia. And everybody in the whole state of Florida was like, "Wait, what? Who the hell from Bradenton goes to West Virginia of all places?" Everybody wanted him. So yeah, there's guys like that are just legendary figures who you hear whispers about, and then when YouTube happened, then you're like, "My God, did you see this?" And then you could actually see it.
Well, it's cool because you used to have to go. Like that's what
you had to go.
You'd have to go. I mean, it was Friday Night Lights. You'd pack it out, and people would come from wherever. Like, I'm going to watch this guy play and to check him out. And so it was always a lot of fun. And you know, whether it's a big offensive lineman, D lineman, whatever it is, getting a chance to see some of those iconic players, it's pretty darn special. Yeah. You know what? I never played against him, but people always said LeBron was really good. I think he played till his junior year.
Sophomore, I think. So somebody from, I want to say it was, I'm going to get this wrong. It was either Licking Valley or Newark Catholic, played them and sent me a picture of them like taking his feet out from under him when he was like a sophomore. Yeah. And I retweeted it. It was awesome to see. I guess like a legendary photo in that area. So
hey, let me ask you this question. So we know it's first Buckeye game week, right?
Yeah.
Saturday, 3:30 over at the Horseshoe. What is our guide after being in hibernation for many, many months and not having one of these for a while? I feel like we want to get out of the gates quick.
Yeah.
It's a 3:30 kickoff. It's nice. Sure. It's middle of the afternoon. It's going to be warm outside. How do we navigate the first tailgate of the season?
I mean, I think this 3:30's peak tailgate, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the peak because you don't get so bombed. Like a night game, you can get absolutely bombed. You hit it too early in the morning, you got no chance. So I think 3:30, you're kind of the sweet spot. That's probably ultimate tailgate. I would say if your tailgate's starting early, you got to get some kegs and eggs early. Red Solo cup, some eggs in you, get that nice base, build that up. I'm a big proponent of a bloody beer or a red beer. Both of those are big winners for me. I like getting a little bit of tomato juice, vitamin C in there.
You like a tahini on the rim? That's a nice night.
Yeah, I love a celery salt even more on those, on the rim of those. But yeah, like those are delicious on there. So that's probably the way I would go. And then I think it would be really critical, probably in the 1 o'clock hour, that you hit something, maybe a sub. That's probably a sub time. I want to hit like that. If it's going to 3:30 and it's going to be a little hot, I haven't even looked out to Saturday to see what we're in for. I would definitely, I stay away from the mixing of cuisines. So you won't see me hit like a pizza roll and then a nacho. Like I'll stay.
Mexitali?
I don't do that. Like I stay in my lane. Like if I'm making the commitment, like the thing I just laid out for you guys. So you're doing kegs and eggs in the morning. You get me some sort of a sub sandwich thing at like 1 o'clock. Little handheld.
Yeah.
And then and then all of a sudden you're in maybe a French onion dip with some dark russet chips, something like that. Around 1 o'clock, keep the beer flowing. Then you're good to go at 3:30. You don't see me mixing, boys. That's not it. Then goes well, cover the 50, nightcap. Let's go.
I like it. That's some pretty good advice there. Any one particular game outside of Ohio State that you want to see this weekend?
I want to see Marcus play Texas A&M.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to see that Notre Dame team play Texas A&M. I think he's we're through there for a lacrosse tournament this summer and kind of just checked out campus and everything around it. I didn't probably fully appreciate how difficult that job is until, this campus is stunning, but just to get people there, it's really wild to think about that they put an institution where they put it. And he's in year 3 and it's set up for them to be a playoff team. I think he's got to go 10-2 to do it. And I think a win like this would set him in the right motion So that's probably the one that jumps out. And then I'll keep an eye on that. I mean, I love that USC game on Sunday, that you get USC LSU on Sunday.
I'm looking forward to Penn State, West Virginia.
That's a good one, too. Watch out, man.
Yeah.
Morgantown.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know. That one's got me a little nervy for the Nittanies on that one.
If that was a night game, I would go like full on West Virginia.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, that's just dicey. That's a dicey game for them. Here's the thing that's amazing. I can't believe that in week 0 they didn't sprinkle a couple of more of these in there.
Yeah.
Because we're starving. We'd eat anything. I mean, I watched all 3 games. Now I'm sort of connected to Florida State and Montana State, but then the night game was SMU, and I love how they just cheated mad in the 80s. So I always have a soft spot in my heart for them. So I watched like all 3 of those games on Saturday, and I would have watched anything. You can give me anything. Give me Indiana against Purdue, and I'm in. I'll watch that on week 0.
The old Oaken Bucket?
That's not a first game of the year. That's traditional rivalry.
Yeah, oh, God. Really is. It really gets everybody locked in. Don't you think maybe if you took it away from the last weekend, you were competing with Ohio State, Michigan, it'd have a better chance?
Probably. Their coaches have been sparring in the offseason. I'm like, that's great. I'll be busy that day. I won't be able to watch it, but that sounds like fun.
What are you doing? I don't know. I got Ohio State, Michigan. I've got the Iron Bowl. Dude, old Oaken Bucket. What are you doing, man? How you missing this?
You missing this craziness? It was 9-3. Barn burner.
Right.
Uncle, always appreciate the time. Have a fantastic game week, and we'll check in again next Tuesday, all right?
All right, boys. Be well.
There he goes. Uncle Beau with us every single Tuesday at this time. We're going to reveal our fan poll coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are still watching delays on 161 eastbound out in New Albany. We've got the left lane blocked off in those eastbound lanes right near Hamilton Road, and traffic slow moving this morning. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Let us explain. If you buy a diamond at Diamonds Direct today and decide in the future you want to upgrade to a larger diamond, Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. For example, let's say you bought her a $5,000 diamond last year, but now she wants to upgrade to a $6,000 diamond. Diamonds Direct will give you $5,500 toward the new one. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Whether that first diamond was $3,000 or $30,000, you get 10% more. Who else does this? And unlike other stores who claim to offer diamond upgrades, at Diamonds Direct, there's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Come and discover real value and buy with confidence. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
We're dealing at Reichert Nissan. Hundreds of Nissans in stock, on the ground, and priced to sell fast. Low lease payments on brand new Reichert Nissan Sentras, only $219 a month. Now we're really dealing. With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33, or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com. Get the right car at Reichert. We're dealing.
With approved credit. 2024 Sentra SV FWD 36-month lease with $3,000 due at signing. Offer ends 9/3/24.
Jeremy Foltz, CEO and co-founder of 3C Technology Solutions, speaks about working with First Bank of Central Ohio.
I think FBCO had a really nice personal touch. Transition was really easy and much cleaner than I thought it would be. Some very specific things that made me very excited to work with them are availability and creativity.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Ready for the big game?
Yeah! The Fan Tailgate is back at the Ozone on Lane. Admission is free. Join us for food, fun, and music by the fabulous Johnson Brothers.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers.
Oh, yeah?
Hollywood Casino, Michelob Ultra.
Let me go.
Jack Daniels, Pepsi, TNT Equipment, and Tito's Handmade Vodka.
It's game day at the Ozone on Lane. The Fan, Ohio's tailgating destination.
Coming this Labor Day weekend, Bob's biggest challenge yet. It's time to dare to compare. It's got action. It's got suspense. It's got beeps and boops and dings and whomps and more savings than you'll believe on living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, mattresses, and more. And best of all, you get to play too this Labor Day weekend. Now open in Reynoldsburg and coming soon to Polaris. See how much you can save this Labor Day weekend when you dare to compare at a Bob's near you.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
This season on Nada Yada Island.
You were charging your phone? I waited hours for you.
That's how long it takes.
Join Metro and get a free Motorola Edge that'll charge for the day in 15 minutes. At Metro, there's no activation fees. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number ID and sign up for Metro Flex Plus plan. Offer not available if at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days. Requires 68-watt charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Extreme heat on the way for the next couple of days. Heat advisories have been issued for Tuesday and Wednesday. The high today, 98. The high on Wednesday, 97. Lots of sunshine today, but on Wednesday we will reintroduce the risk of showers and thunderstorms. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. If Bobby and Beamer aren't talking about it, it's not worth your time anyway. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Wrapping things up here. Tuesday edition of the program. Did you do your balance test today, Shark? Brandon B., Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. We here on the Juice are brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com. So, got a bunch of comments on the YouTube chat for best high school players. Just run down some. Said Zach said I played the Bourne brothers, Roosevelt Knicks when I played at Grove City. All very good. Brandon Sane in 2008. Yeah, Brandon Sane was one of those.
Roosevelt Knicks was pretty good. My dad coached against him when he was at Reynoldsburg, and he was pretty good at defensive tackle.
John said Brandon Joe was that big in 8th grade.
Dude, Brandon told me, I was this big when I was in 8th grade. I mean, when I say that big, 6'2", 225.
Yeah, big fella.
Big fella. I remember looking at him his legs are huge. He's a monster.
Tree trunks.
He was a monster. So what do they do? Is and he was falling right after Andy. Was there. I mean, Andy finished up in 95. B-Joe, I think, would have been a freshman in 97, maybe 96. So, yeah, he was right after him.
Bob said Ted Ginn Jr. Hard to beat. He said he beat the entire 110-meter hurdle state field by 10 meters. I mean, obviously, world-class speed. John said Mo Hall at Brookhaven.
Mo was really good in high school.
Sean Penny, another one. Jeff Backus at UA.
Jeff was really good. I mean, he's Mr. Football. And we played against him. And I wasn't on the field. I was hurt that game. But, I mean, yeah, Jeff had 2,000 yards. That's crazy.
Tony Harvard from Thomas Worthington. Kajana Carter at Westerville.
And he was there, right. He was before Andy. It was Kajana, Andy, and then Brandon Joe.
Pretty good guys.
Monsters.
Pretty good guys. Sam Hubbard from Moeller would have been another one. And then that got me thinking about Cincinnati. And I remember, Bob, watching this guy by the name of Luke Kuechly play down at St. X. That was a guy who you went to the football field on Friday night to go and watch play. Yeah. Was Luke Kuechly.
He was good.
Hall of Famer for you?
I think so.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, his accolades are absolutely insane. Finished his career, and remember too, I mean, he retired early. 1,092 career tackles in the NFL, 12.5 sacks, 18 picks, 66 pass deflections, 7 forced fumbles, 9 fumble recoveries, and 2 defensive touchdowns.
Here's what you need to know. He was
defensive player of the year in 12, defensive rookie of the year in 12, defensive player in the year in 13, 5-time first team All-Pro, two-time second team All-Pro, part of the 2010s decade team, 3-time Butt Kiss Award winner in pro football. And then you list off all of his college accomplishments to go along with it. I'm with you. Short career, Hall of Famer, no doubt for me.
7 years, he was the first or second best player at his position. And he has a defensive player of the year in there as well as a defensive rookie of the year. I mean, the guy was tremendous every single year that he played. So, yeah, there's no doubt that in my mind, he is a Hall of Famer. And I think he will be on the first ballot.
Le'Veon Bell at Groveport.
Le'Veon was really good. Their team was not great. He's maybe a year younger than my brother. I thought they ran track against each other, basketball. And he was phenomenal. And my dad had pressed them to offer him here and bring him in. They brought in Jamal Berry instead.
He went to Sparty.
And turned out to be pretty good.
Turned out to be a pretty good college player and a pretty damn good NFL player. Donnie Nicky for Jonathan Alder, Bob.
Yeah, Donnie was really good.
Mm-hmm. Always fun recanting these guys. So I have to ask AJ, too, about that coming up on Friday when we check in with him at 8:35 to see who he would say.
It'll probably be someone from Wayne. I don't know if like Will Allen or John Hollins, or I'm trying to think of like other guys we had from Wayne, or like there were Troutwood guys that end up over there. So I'm guessing that's where it'll go, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, before we get out of here today.
Maybe it'll be Zach Elsis from Portsmouth.
Every time you say his name, I mean, that guy, that's your guy, Bob.
Hey, I remember him after the Marshall game, staying up here after the game somehow.
By the way,
his buddy was with him.
He wasn't just up here for the Marshall game as a fan. He was a player for Marshall.
He got kicked out of Miami and then went to Marshall.
And then he just stayed up here for the game.
Stayed up after the game, I think, and was hanging out at AJ's. And AJ's brother was there, and like they played together in high school. They're the same age. And Elsis was taking a leak after like 2:00 outside AJ's house, a.m., and then just started peeing on his friend.
Nice.
And he's like, "Stop it, man!
What are you gonna do about it?
Just stop it."
Basically, if you've ever seen Game of Thrones, envision
like the mountain.
Envision
the Hound.
Envision the Hound.
He's more the Hound.
You willing to die over some chickens? Somebody is.
That was basically his line. Stop peeing on me.
Our fan poll at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. Originally, it was supposed to be, where does Cucho Hernandez rank among the greatest players in crew history? Best ever, top 3, top 5, outside of the top 5. Sharky added some extra zeros in here. Says best ever.
I didn't.
Top 50, top 100, or outside of the top 10.
I know what happened.
Oh, what happened?
I put this thing I posted on our fan website. Then I put it on our Morning Juice Twitter site. And when I copy and paste, it will say top 5, 0%. Nobody has voted yet. Top 10, 0%. Nobody's voted yet. And so when I pasted it, it had the 0 on there. So I send this to 6 different places. 5 of them were right. But I went in and I deleted it and posted it on the fan Twitter site.
Okay, there we go. Good.
Sorry about that, Beam. I just feel like I'm 64 years old.
You're doing a disservice to Cucho. You know that. I told you yesterday, he's number 1 for me. Best era in crew history, best player in the best era. It's hard to argue against that. Bob, I had so much fun today. What do you say we reconvene tomorrow at 6 a.m. if they allow us? You good with that?
Let's do it.
Everybody have a fantastic day. Uncle Beau and the boys up next. We will be back live tomorrow at 6 in the morning to break everything down. Have a good one. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are still watching delays on 161 out in New Albany. The eastbound lane's very slow moving this morning because of a crash just beyond Hamilton Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
This is a fan action update.
Week 1 for the Buckeyes is here. Ohio State starts the season as a 50.5-point favorite over Akron. Ohio State is minus 650 to make the college football playoff this year. Remember, that's 12 teams. And 4-1 to win the national championship. To win the Big Ten Conference, the Buckeyes are plus 145. And the season win total is 10.5 with an over at minus 160 and under plus 130. For your action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Marty Brenneman here for Tri-State Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health for treating erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues. And they're the leader for a reason, because I can tell you from my own experience of being treated there, Tri-State Men's Health is top shelf. Far too many men wait to get their ED treated, but I want to tell you today that you shouldn't wait any longer. If you're suffering with ED and are like most guys, a medical team at Tri-State Men's Health will get you back on track fast. They have the experience, they have the treatment protocols, and they know what they're doing. At Tri-State Men's Health, they have ED treatments that are effective in well over 90% of men. They can even combine treatments for better results. You might even find yourself performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. They have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus and save up to $180 on select sets of 4 Vredestein tires. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer ends August 31st. See store for details.
It's the summer sell down at Performance. Get up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 24 Jeep Wranglers and Grand Cherokees during the Make This the Summer of Jeep event. Performance, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Georgesville, and Delaware.
Not valid on previous sales. Cannot combine offers. Must take delivery from dealer stock 8/20 to 8/31/24.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BREAK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BREAK to